All right, so we are fully live.
Awesome.
And we lost someone.
What? What? Already?
Yeah, it looks like Naivara fell out. Once he gets back in, that should re-kick our cameras into the second correct position. Until then, we're all split up.
Oh, gotcha.
I guess Eldritch Sugar Daddy needed Navarro's attention.
Oh, that's why there's a delay between Twitch and us. Okay.
Yeah, because it's got to go to Zoom, and then Zoom's got to be like, "Hey, there's Twitch."
Yep.
All that. So.
And it's got to run through OBS, and from OBS into Twitch.
Yeah, technology's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's great when it works. Super not great when it's not.
Crazy.
He just said his power just died.
Oh, that's
of course. Of course.
So, while we're waiting, you guys are at the Sword Tables Lounge. Should I be up here or down here? Either which way. You'd finished your long night's rest, getting up for breakfast, having that. Kibble's helping out the kitchen's waitstaff, getting things done. At which point in time, a bard comes walking through the door. I'll turn that over to Ranmi to describe character and begin interactions for the night.
It's about 5'9", thin, long brown hair, rather attractive. You guys probably want to talk to her, but don't know what to say. She's just going to go up and start playing because that's how she earns her food.
So as I'm awkwardly fitting some food into my mouth, and I keep eating.
I'm gonna tap Arc on the shoulder. Don't associate with the riffraff. We're trying to make a name for ourselves.
Riffraff?
What? No. Nothing.
He's one of those noble types that thinks they're better than house peasants.
Thanks.
That is a strong word for what you do.
Obviously, the brain is not involved before the tongue.
Yeah, but he's really good with the bow, so I put up with some stuff. He's really not that bad when you get used to him.
Yes.
Can we get you some breakfast here so I can make up for him?
Coming out of your pocket.
Yep, that was the idea.
Oh, so you're a poor lord at that?
Poor is a strong word. I'm financially independent of my family. And I'm in an entrepreneurial position.
Without much useful skills anyway.
He spent all his money and he's waiting for that to come back to him from some investments. I don't get it. I'm still getting used to how money works. You see, I don't know if you've read my character at all, but I'm a stocky, very hairy guy. I...
Oh. Did you freeze or did I?
Yeah, I believe Art did.
He froze hardcore. Is this going to be the night of many technical issues?
It's always a possibility. I mean, it was a great face to have him paused on.
I can't see it. I got the thing. Yeah, he said it. So yeah, he dropped out. So yeah, it's just me. Draho, yeah, well, just me to continue the conversation with you. Let me rephrase that.
Oh, yes, just you.
Lord Drahoslava von Recklenmere III is exactly what you'd expect a pompous, noble high elf to look like. Long, flowing white hair, very slender, extremely fancy clothes trimmed in an entirely dark royal blue with basically gold trim anywhere he can put it. And his house insignia is on everything he can find. Lapels, pins, the cloak, top of the shirt, side of the pants. Like, he's just labeled up, and it's basically two blue roses that are crossed over each other on a shield. Like swords crossed on a shield.
Okay.
And that is exactly what you get with him. And of course, he has a very ornate bow, and ornate rapier, and an ornate quiver. Everything's very fancy but not practical.
So pompous.
Yeah, it's exactly what he is. And of course, since I've been told to basically try and make friends with everyone.
That was trying to make friends.
Baby steps. I just now learned that not all peasants get 6 feet tall and hairy when they're angry.
Okay.
So yes, I am going to offer your character a seat. Have a seat at our table. We'll get you some food, and I think there's still a little bit of that elven wine left from the other night.
Yep, sure is.
Yeah, not a new bottle. The bottle I already bought. That stuff's expensive.
Yeah, Kibble will run out and grab some, an extra glass, bring it back. Here you go.
Yes. And then I'm going to say, this is Kibble. He is my manservant. Kobold servant.
Hi.
Yeah.
Servant.
Yeah, we found him in a dungeon being beat up by a paladin and offered him a job.
Oh. So you pay him well.
If by pay him well, you mean let him skim off the top of everything we find, yes.
Kibble kind of looks down. You'd think he was blushing, but you're not sure.
He earns his money. Oh, also, when he's off the clock, it's up to him whether he does something for you, but when he's on the clock, it costs a copper per task you request of him. The copper's paid to me.
So it's not his money, it's your money.
When he's on the clock. When he's not working for me, any money you give him is his money.
Seems a lot like slavery there, buddy.
Kibble can leave whenever he wants. I think he enjoys, getting paid by us.
Sounds like we might have a Twitch volume on in the background.
Shouldn't be me. Nope, it shouldn't be me.
Maybe it's gone? Test? Yep, looks like it's gone.
Is it me? If so, how do I turn it off?
Doesn't sound like it's there, but if you've got Twitch itself open, do you have Twitch itself open?
No.
Okay, then no, it wouldn't be you.
Okay.
So my power came back on like right away, but my TV has this fun little thing that it likes to do every time this happens, where I have to like unplug it and plug it back in like 6 times before it'll let me actually turn it on. So for now, I'm on here.
That's weird.
Yeah, it is. So I never really figured out what is the key to making it reset now. So what all happened while I was out?
Well, being the charismatic noble that he is,
Oh, this is already great.
Draho made a new friend and tried to explain Kibble's place in the party. Apparently, it looks a lot like slavery from the outside.
Oh, right.
I don't know how to defend that. I mean, we saved his life. Then we make him fight for us. But he gets paid. And you know what? I bought him a crap load of magic weapons. That dude has more magic arsenal than any of us.
That is true.
I have spent so much money upgrading my kobold servant. I've put none of it into me. So yeah, I'm going to bring out the bottle and pour a little bit of pour a little bit of wine for you. It's a high class elven wine, and ask you what brings you to town.
I'm playing at this fine establishment for a few nights.
Why?
It's my occupation.
So?
How do you earn money if not through an occupation? Oh wait, Lordling, I forget.
No, you see, I invest in small businesses and build them up. I also kill a lot of kobolds. Like an unreasonable amount of kobolds.
I don't know, seems pretty reasonable. They were attacking us.
You'll actually find it's very easy to make money when you kill things for the guild.
I play a lute.
Have you ever been in a fight?
Do I look like the kind of person who would fight things?
No, that's why I'm asking.
If I don't look like somebody who's going to fight things, why would you ask? Isn't that rude? Aren't nobles supposed to have went to school?
I went to school at the finest establishments of Mythdraenor. The problem is that you peasants out here in the sticks don't know how to handle well-bred people.
Oh, okay.
Except we have manners that you are obviously lacking.
Yeah? Well, go play your lute. At least entertain us if you can't be nice.
I imagine you are trying to have breakfast with us now.
I was definitely going to go play my lute now.
Well, since I'm paying for your breakfast, I say you can stay and play your lute all you want.
Your friend has an interesting set of what he believes to be manners.
More acquaintance than friend.
Random murder compatriot.
Actually, that brings up a very interesting point. Are we guild assassins?
We're not assassins per se, because we're not taking out like political figures.
So far, the guild sent us to kill bandits and sent us to kill kobolds.
Is this a conversation you should be having in front of someone you don't know?
I mean, we're the only adventurers in town. You're going to hear about us eventually. Oh yeah, we're Arachnophobia, by the way. We do illegal fight clubs. I mean...
Draho, we talked about that.
Underground sporting events.
Better. It's actually pretty fun, I think. Like,
Again, underground fight clubs aren't really my thing.
Well, I mean, you can watch too. There's money, and I mean, it's fun for me anyway. But
Well, do you have any long-term career plans while you're in town, or do you just plan to play in this bar every day? Because we're about the only patrons he gets on a regular basis.
Oh. I suppose it might do me some good to get. Do you travel much?
Yeah, actually, we're planning to set off in a later this morning for our first. Believe we were going out of town to out of character. What were we going to do? I know we discussed it.
You have a ogre infestation to deal with.
Yeah, we're heading about a day's travel away to deal with an ogre infestation. Guild's paying pretty heavily for it, I guess.
Okay. What is this guild you keep speaking of?
Adventurers Guild.
Oh,
They keep putting up bounties, and well, we do them because that's what we have to do right now.
We're the only people in town that do.
I guess everyone else is retired.
and this pays well?
I mean, it pays. I don't know about well. Again, I'm still figuring out money.
I mean, I think we made off our first job just taking out maybe 30 kobolds in a cellar. We made like almost 60 gold a piece.
Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
And we
That's
got some
good
good stuff over there.
Yeah, we found some nice stuff. Most of our profit comes from acquiring stuff while out doing it and then selling it off in town to some of the various contacts I have. I'm the financial advisor for the team.
Are you now?
I'm also the spiritual leader.
Really?
Yes, I am also the, I want to say, co-manager of the Arachnophobia.
Oh, there we are.
Oh.
I would say co-manager. I'm sure Eleanor considers me low-level management.
Aren't faces supposed to be a bit more sociable? I think sociable's the right word there.
No, that's why we have the small half-elf girl. She does all the social. I'm the charm, and this guy is the unreasonable amounts of muscle.
Did you say you're the charm?
Yes.
Have seemed dreadfully charming to me.
Oh, that's because you're low class.
Am I? And
I'm gonna reach under the table and squeeze Draho's wrist.
What'd I do this time?
Try to show just a little bit of humility.
She started it.
Yeah, that's how conversations work. She wasn't being hostile.
I apologize, musician.
Arc just kind of looks at and marvels at the fact that he said that out loud where people could hear.
He's got to do something to get you to let go of his wrist.
And I let go of it.
she is wearing very fine clothing. Like, there's nothing that seems low class about her.
Is she a high elf?
She looks elvish, but you can't really place it as an elven look that you know.
So she's lower class than me.
You don't know that you would even... Are you an elf?
I'm a high elf. Anything
Okay.
less than a high elf is
So
lesser than
she's
me.
not an elf. She's a very attractive female with maybe slightly pointy ears. You can't really tell.
Probably a
But
half elf.
she's not an
There's
elf.
sort of mysterious otherworldly quality.
She's not an elf. You know she's not an elf.
Yeah, clearly. If she was an elf, she'd be of my caliber.
Hmm.
Oh, well, if you want to come with and see what we do, more than welcome, as far as I'm concerned. And I don't squeeze, but I just put my thumb and finger around Draho's wrist so he understands.
Yes, by all means. You could always use a traveling companion that enjoys music. Kibble here happens to be a quite the accomplished harpist himself.
Only a little. Just a little.
Well, you've only trained for about a month now. Gotta get better at it.
I do.
Do you know how to play the harp? What kind of instrument does your character carry?
She has a lute with her. She. So,
Lute?
yes.
I'm going to ask, do you by chance play harp?
I do know how to play a harp.
How much would music lessons for Kibble cost?
Well, that depends. Does Kibble want to learn the harp? I look at Kibble pointedly.
It's fun. I like music. Do you like music?
I love music.
Music's fun.
See, there you go.
So, you say you have gold everywhere, correct?
I have money. What would it cost to teach him harp?
Copy.
I'm going to go with a gold piece every 10 days.
Old piece every 10 day. Okay, that's a fair price. So, I am going to do like all good nobles do, pull out a piece of paper and write down a contract. Melt a little wax, put my insignia on it, turn it over to her, sign here. Contract basically just says 1 gold per 10 day for music, harp lessons for Kibble.
Nice.
Contract may be broken by either party at any time without explanation required, so that at any point one of us could walk away.
Okay, that's more than fair.
And of course, there's a small footnote saying that all debts paid in full at end of contract. Because even though he's a jerk, he doesn't cheat people.
So you're an honest jerk.
Yes.
That's a redeeming quality.
So, yeah. Enter into a contract with you. Good. Excellent. That's much better. Now, Kibble can get better at the harp. And we might be able to have some entertainment on the road now. Also, I'm going to turn to Arc, if Arc is still following the conversation.
He has gone offline again.
Yeah. See, I don't have the video up, so I can't see who's actually in it. Because I was going to get to the part where I have to discuss with Arc Kibble's education further.
Well, hopefully
We're
here in a few minutes.
Yeah, we're basically turning him into the ultimate NPC.
At least well versed in arts and well, what's the arts?
I just want to teach him a trade skill so that he can, if something happens that we all die, he has something to fall back on, because I doubt anyone's going to hire a lone kobold adventurer.
I mean, most of them are going to skewer him.
Yeah, so if he has a skill to fall back on, you know, all the better for us.
A cobalt bard. That's a very interesting concept.
Cool. Who says he's a bard?
I mean, that's what you got going on.
Maybe. Maybe we've got a kobold bard. Maybe we've got a kobold bard that also has a level in rogue.
Nice.
Not
I mean, that
saying.
was more fitting.
Yeah. He's very much worth his weight, if not more. Yeah, man. Draho was supposed to.
7:30, I thought my time, but you meant your time.
Yeah, we're over here on the other coast.
So
Okay, I was hoping there'd be more players to help push the plot. I hate having to have a do dialogue to push the plot forward. Gotta run out of stuff to talk about soon. Oh yeah, so you play the lute. Do you have a contract with Eno, the guy that runs this bar yet, or how's that
No.
working?
I'm an independent contractor.
Ah, do you want a contract? He likes us, so he'll probably give you a good deal.
No, I'm currently traveling. I'm looking for some people.
Oh, anyone we may know?
I pull out some sketches. They're very ruffian-looking guys, but probably nobody that you know.
I will take a look at them. Do I have to roll anything to determine if I might recognize them, Pedro?
Let's go with, say, a straight wisdom check.
Wisdom? Oh. Okay. $12.
They look like ruffians that are ruffians, but you don't really pinpoint them.
It doesn't look like they might have been some bandits we killed recently.
No, they're most definitely not some bandits you killed or tiny people.
Hey, halflings were bandits. They had what was coming to them. Yeah, I'm gonna say I don't recognize these people. Turn it over to Kibble. Kibble, do you know who this is? Do you recognize these people? Have you ever seen them?
Kibble looks at the paper. They look like humans.
They are, in fact, humans.
Yeah, Kibble's right.
Good job, Kibble. So, is there a particular reason you're looking for these rough-looking fellows?
Oh, they just might have some information that I was looking for.
What kind of information are you looking for? We happen to have a surprisingly robust team of investigators.
Oh, I'd rather keep that to myself for now.
Oh, certainly understand privacy. That's fair. Do you have any idea where they might have gone?
I don't, because I don't know who they are, other than having seen them once. It's a long time ago.
Oh yeah, there is a storm outside. Shoot. It's violent out there. That might be computer issues people are having.
Yeah, it's a good possibility.
Hope it doesn't affect me. We're known for brownouts here. But
Where is that?
Ohio.
Oh.
And that's thunder, so definitely is hitting me now. And I'm south of the other guys, so looks like it's moving north to south, so. Oh, that's a shame if everyone's having artworks typing. TV's coming back in. Okay, he should be in shortly.
Okay.
So, then we'll be able to push that side story. Unfortunately, there's not a lot to talk about with Draho because he doesn't have a lot to do with narrative right now. So you don't know who they are. You don't have names, anything about them except rough drawn pictures.
I mean, they're well-drawn pictures. They're just ruffians.
Right. That's all you've got is well drawn pictures.
That's all I have
Huh.
for the time being.
If you had a name or something, we could use that. You know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna signal for if Eno's in the bar like he usually is.
Oh yeah, sitting in his normal table spot.
Yep. I'm gonna wave to him and ask him if he can come over.
He grabs his cane and kind of slowly drags himself to your table and sits down. Yes, what can I do for you, kids?
Eno, do you by chance know who these guys are? Our Bardic friend here is asking about it.
Oh, let me see. And he pulls out some spectacles and puts them up to his eyes. I haven't seen anybody that looks like this come through here. Nope.
No, don't
But-
recognize him. Haven't seen him before.
No, but I mean, I can certainly keep an eye out.
Could you please?
Definitely.
Awesome. And pass it along to some others. Try and get the word out that we're looking for these people.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's certainly no problem.
Excellent. I appreciate it, Eno. And you don't by any chance have like some dry jerky in the back we can take with us on the road.
Oh, sure. Titus, go get these kids some jerky. They'll need it for their trip. And
Yes.
you see Titus, he wanders into the back.
Yeah, definitely gonna need some jerky.
Not on the road much. Are you? New to you?
Oh no, I've been wandering the countryside for the last 3 years since I left Mythdrander. It's a unique experience being outside of civilized walls.
I mean,
And
not for me.
Ah, welcome back, Ark. Back from the bathroom? Welcome back.
Back from reminding my television that I own it.
Sometimes you gotta put technology in its place.
This close to the beat it with a stick until it learns to work method.
Percussive maintenance.
it will either give up the magic smoke or it will work.
Percussive maintenance is what the engineers at work call it. You hit a machine till it starts working again.
That
Either break it.
awkward moment when technology is trying to get me so in character, I actually rage and destroy everything in my path.
So yeah, now that you're back, Draho's going to turn to you and say, speaking of Kibble's furthering education, Arc, what do you think would happen if we died out on the road and Kibble survived?
Well,
it would be very hard for me to carry you all.
oh,
No. You can leave us where we fall and just take our stuff, Kibble. It's perfectly fine.
No, Kibble can't do that.
Well, just bury us on the spot. You don't have to drag us around.
maybe what would be easier is if you pile everyone on me and then just maybe pyre us after taking all of our useful stuff, because wouldn't want that to waste.
And if that's what you want.
I mean, I want to not die, but if it comes to that, that as long as you do what you need to so you can survive, that's what matters.
Oh, Kibble survives.
We've noticed.
Well, the reason I bring this up is I've got him taking harp lessons now to help further his musical career. I was thinking we might be able to enroll him at the trade school up the road and maybe find something he'd want to learn. Wood crafting, jewelry smithing, anything that might suit his fancy when he gets a look at the list.
So more school.
Yeah, and I was wondering if you'd like to invest in it, since you seem to want him to go further.
I mean, yeah, no, that makes sense. How much does that cost?
Well, we'd have to go get a price from the school, but
Yeah, no, just let me know. Kibble's been been more than useful and helpful, and I'm very honored to be working with him. And if this will help him get better, then yeah.
It's mostly so that if we all die, he isn't out here trying to adventure on his own. He actually has a trade skill to fall back on.
Oh yeah, no, anything that'll help him survive. I mean, he's helped us quite a lot.
Exactly. And you know, I can't be the only one responsible for his financial education.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Excellent, good to know. So we're going to, before heading off on the road, make a side trip to the trade schools and just see what trades they offer and if there's anything Kibble would be interested in.
Feasibly anything under the sun. Kibble's like, I do what you want.
No, it's not what we want. It's what do you want to learn? What skill do you want to learn?
What would be most useful?
I mean, let me actually look at the list of skills, because I think honestly, jewelry crafting or woodworking would be great.
Okay, Kibble likes shinies.
Yeah, we'll get you set up with jewelry crafting then. Make shinies. That's a dragon hobby. Yeah, so we'll look into what it's going to cost Arc to put him through school to learn to be a jeweler.
Well put. So going down to the jewelry crafting, that's actually back at the House of Wonders, which you guys have gone through for your tournament stuff. And as they go to walk out, does Ranmi follow?
Yes.
Okay.
'Cause I signed up.
Okay.
Or I'm more
a lot of
prepared.
morbid curiosity
Yeah.
at this point.
Well, I mean, at this point, I actually hired her to teach him harp and signed her into a contract, so
Phew.
she's with us regardless.
Oh, look at you being brassy.
Like,
Hey, if it works.
she's contracted at my gold expense, so.
This is what happens when I'm out of the conversation for like 3/4 of it.
I mean, it could have been worse for him.
I mean, it could always be worse for him. You just gotta put your mind to it. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm also going to hand those notes now that Arc's back, hand those drawings over to him and say, Arc, have you by any chance seen these guys while you were down in the pits or out elsewhere in town?
DM, have I seen those guys while I was in the pits?
Not in the pits, but go ahead and give me a wisdom roll.
Okay. I was going to say, I don't even know the context for this right now.
That's the best kind of context.
I was going to say, this is perfect. You went out to use the bathroom. We had a whole conversation, then you came back.
Because I promised to do this. This was recently gifted to me. That is a small rubber duck-looking thing inside the D20.
Oh, that's cool.
I
That is
saw
squeaky.
pics for those on Facebook.
Nice. Did you roll a 1? Oh, 6.
The answer?
They don't seem too familiar. They definitely look like ruffians.
So I'm going to hand the papers back to the bard and say, I've asked everyone in the area, so, you know, when the rest of our party shows up, you know, feel free to ask them, but it's looking pretty slim for the people we know.
And if the person watching, who gave me this watching, I will say during the test rolls that they were mostly very high, so that's sort of it's an anomaly.
Oh, you're playing with loaded dice.
Yeah, it's completely quackers.
Oh, that hurts.
Just wait till we get in combat and I release the quacking.
Y'all need to stop the puns. They hurt.
Sounds like a you problem. Anyway, so we go to sign up Kibble for some jewel crafting lessons.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you guys get down to the Hall of Wonders. Behind the counter is a shorter, not halfling size, but a bit taller, seems to be human, young man. How can I help you?
Yes, we need to enroll our kobold servant here into jewelry crafting classes after we get back from a little thing we're doing.
Oh,
Out of town.
I see. Do you have papers for him?
Papers?
Yeah, those things generally aren't allowed in town. I'm surprised that you haven't been having problems with the watch with him as is.
Well, if we leave town, then your town is pretty screwed, so...
I'm going to touch your arm. So, how does one go about getting papers? We just acquired them.
Oh, well, you just head over
I'm
to
going
the city
to gently
watch.
remove my
More often
arm
than
and
not,
brush it
they're
away.
willing to basically just do a quick test on whatever little monster you have, just to make sure that he's, shall we say, paper-worthy here in the city.
Okay. So, after we do that, how much would it be?
Well, for standard lessons, about 20 gold to get through the entirety of introductory jeweling.
And then what all does that include?
Well, that'll teach one how to make small rings, necklaces, kind of the basics of jeweling, being able to appropriately smelt the metal without burning it, how to clean it up, polish it, set stones, things along those lines.
Does that include materials?
The materials are provided for the class, but not allowed to be kept by the participants.
What about tools? Do they pay for their tools and get to keep them afterward with that gold?
Again, part of the class, but not kept. I mean, we can certainly sell you the tools additionally. They're not very expensive.
How much for the tools after the class?
5 silver.
Sounds reasonable. Arc, you should be able to cover that.
Oh, yes. But let's, since we're not enrolled, we'd have to get the papers first, I guess.
Yes. And then maybe we can come back and talk to him again.
I was just,
Hurry a little bit more favored, because I think 20 gold is a bit steep. We could probably do better.
Oh,
If you want to
always a
negotiate, I'll tell you
possibility.
right now, the people around here are really, really stiff negotiators.
well,
Just
now we know what we need to do, but we're going to handle that once we come back, right?
Nah, I mean, if it's
Like,
just in town, right? Let's go get him set up.
I mean, we'll come back after the job.
You are very confident of our abilities.
I mean,
I
we've beaten everything we've fought so far.
okay.
Yeah,
I
but-
think we should keep before we continue this conversation.
Also, what is the point of spending my money now if you think we're not coming back?
Well, so it doesn't end up in the pockets of our enemies.
I'm gonna walk out the door.
That's going.
Arc and Draho are like a bad buddy cop movie.
Yes.
This is dumb cop. This is incompetent cop.
And weirdly enough, the
Art-
miscreants the good cop, and the nobles the bad cop.
So, as you come out the door, I'm going to look at you and be like, "So you should keep your pet on a leash." And I'm not speaking of the kobolds.
Yeah, no, I got that. I mean, he can't do anything without my money right now anyway, so I believe that's what's called leverage.
Does he
Have
have
my
a-
own money. I simply thought you would like to help contribute to
Yeah, and
Kibble's
I already,
future success since you
and
love
I
it.
already agreed to that, but if it's going to be my money, I don't see the point in dropping it now. Let's go
We
get
can
some
also
votes.
get way better than 20 gold pieces if he would have kept his mouth shut.
And this gives us, and we're going to be on the road, so we have plenty of time to discuss it then.
Yeah, fair enough. So now I need to stop by the clothing shop before we take off.
Yeah.
Okay.
One more stop in town, trying to get all the side stuff done since we're so short on party members.
And see, this will be a wonderful way to make more money to teach people more stuff.
So
Yes.
you make your way over the clothier station that you've invested into. Sherry is there, and as you walk in, she's like, "Oh, hello. How are you doing today? Is there anything that we can do for you? Do you need anything sewn, stitched, embroidered?"
Yeah, embroidering for sure.
Wonderful. Come in. Tell me what you want specifically, and I will get it added to our today's to-do list.
Okay, now I originally, because this is the insignia we're going to use for Arachnophobia, I originally wanted to give all the players a chance to add a signature piece to it that they'd like. But since all the players aren't here, what would you guys like to put on the insignia? Right now, it consists of what is essentially a spider head motif and 2 blue roses looping around the spider's head, sort of like a lore. It's the flag for our team, Arachnophobia.
I don't know, maybe incorporate a bear claw in there somewhere for me.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Got the roses there. Put a bear claw maybe at top of the head, right where the roses meet, between them, sort of like a centerpiece.
Bear claws are yummy. We should go to the donut shop.
Yes, Kibble, do you got anything you want to add to it, or just...
Wait, you mean there's a bear claw that's a donut?
It's really good.
That sounds awesome.
It is.
So would Kibble like to add anything to it?
Let's try that one.
Nope.
Back.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Yep. Kibble want to add anything?
Nope.
Okay. Don't know what anyone else would want to add, but so far that's a pretty nice insignia.
Functionally,
I guess
if you want, what we can do is say that
Retcon
all
it.
of them told you what to make, and we handle that in Discord over the week.
That's what I was just thinking. We'll retcon it in what we actually have. But basically want to give the image to them and say, I need you to, if you can embroider up a flag with this on it, fairly large. How large do you think the flag should be, Arc?
I mean, we want to make sure that people in the audience can see it.
Well, how big
Yeah.
of a flagpole are you planning on putting it on?
No idea. We got to talk to the smith after this.
Oh. Well, depending on the size of that would easily allow us to construct for that.
Okay, I'll have him get back to you when we get it. But basically, we want it on a... Okay, next step. Draho is going to immediately use his house colors unless anyone wants another color option.
It's, at this point, Arc is just always going to accept that you want everything that color.
Yeah. So royal blue for the background, and then we want all the embroidering in bright gold.
Okay.
So blue, obviously shows his clothing. Blue like this.
Oh, certainly. That will be no trouble at all. Take us
Yep.
maybe a day, if that.
Excellent. We'll get back to you with the flag size once we talk to the smith.
All right.
And obviously we'll pay upon completion of the task.
Yes, that's absolutely fine.
Excellent. You have a fantastic day and keep making me money.
You too, my lord.
And then to the smith to get a flagpole
Okay.
commissioned, and then we'll have all this stuff ready when we get back to town.
Flagpole with the spiky bottom for reasons.
Yeah.
Sure. So you guys get over to the blacksmith shop. Gentleman behind the smith, and you can just hear him whanging away on it. It's super loud. The bellows are going, so it's extremely hot in the forge area currently.
Okay, I'm going to obviously walk up to him. Need a flagpole commissioned, if you get a
What?
chance.
Oh, just a sec. And he sets down the tools that he's working with, and you can see a sword most of the way glowing. He sets it back into the coals to pick up a bit more heat. Oh, flagpole, you said?
Yes, needs a spiked bottom so we can dig it into the ground, preferably a very strong steel so we can dig it into tougher ground.
or things that were alive but aren't now.
Oh, are you carrying this? Is it going to be attached to someone's back?
I'm gonna carry it and plant it down whenever we want to make an entrance.
Okay, how tall you want it?
Pike-sized, I think, would be good, long as a standard pike.
So like
Like
the
8.
gnomish pike or
Human pike.
8.
human pike? Okay. Yeah, we can definitely do an 8-foot flagpole. Not really hard. a little bit of steel to it. Anything special you want done to it?
Well, one, it needs to be able to hold a flag, obviously, so it might need a cross piece at the top to keep the flag stiff so it doesn't fold over on itself.
Oh, yeah, totally. Not a problem.
And aside from the spike in the bottom, so we can dig it into the ground or things, we also need a very ornate, and I'm basically just going to suggest a very ornate spider motif on the top of it to cap it.
Yeah,
Just
okay.
a very, very fancy spider motif.
Yeah, I think we can do that. I'll reach out to the jewelers and get them to set.
Yeah, we'd like
up
the
a nice
flagpole
ball topper.
in a bright metallic color, something not necessarily silver, but a high shine metal.
Oh,
And we'd
polish
like
is
the
easy.
and we'd like the spider to be a very vibrant brass, something very bright that catches the eye and close to gold, but not gold because that's a little overkill.
Oh, sure. Not a problem.
And that would be it. If you can commission that, once you get it done, let them know over at, and I give the name of our clothing shop.
Okay.
They're making the flag for me, so they'll need your flag pole to do measurements for the flag.
Oh, sure. I'll get some specs drawn up here, maybe about in a half an hour, and get that over to both your clothier and jeweler's guild to get the topper prepped up.
Awesome. And we'll be back to pick it up after we're done killing some ogres out of town.
All right.
Are we
We'll have it
talking
ready.
about price?
What's that?
Thank you.
Are we going to talk about price? Like, what you going to charge?
It's fairly simple. Probably a gold, as far as my end's concerned. We'll have additionals, for probably the clothier, since they're doing stuff. They'll charge a bit, and the jewelers will probably charge a little bit more. You can look at maybe 2, maybe 5 gold from them.
That doesn't sound bad.
Nah, that's perfectly fine. Excellent. We're good to go with that. With that, I have completed all the side business Draho had in town.
Alrighty. Anything else you guys want to do?
Not that I can think of.
Bartering's not your guys' strong suit, is it? Like, you're just going to throw gold at the guy, whatever he wanted?
I mean, I've got more money than I need. And
I mean, but you should keep that money. Why do you think pompous assholes like that guy, point to your buddy, exists? Because they know how to keep money, and that's why he's extorting it from you.
I mean, I just thought that he annoyed them until they give him what he wants.
No.
I mean,
typically I will charge people more than what I would have actually done tasks for because they annoyed me.
yeah, but what you don't understand is I own a share of both of these businesses, so I'm paying myself. Cost doesn't really matter. I get it back in the long run.
Also,
Ish.
I just look at a thing and I decide if I want it as much as they're asking.
Out of character, I could cover the cost of all of this stuff just out of my side business income. So,
I'm sure you can, but
just saying,
Hey,
Draho does have the ability, he just doesn't have the money on him.
but why are we if we don't have to?
Well, because I don't want him to get undercut. I get my share of it. There's no reason for them to get undercut on their price. They work hard. They do good work. They deserve to be paid a fair wage.
Oh,
What? If you don't pay people a fair wage, they stop working. If they stop working, then how do you make money?
I'm gonna go start. Getting the horses and the carts ready.
horses and carts.
What was that?
Horses and carts. We aren't just walking.
No,
No.
we have horses and carts. This is what, like a day and a half to get where we're going?
About that, according to the map.
We technically have 2 carts.
Your
It-
initial
Fire.
note from Eleanor specifically stated there's a potential job for clearing out a clutch of ogres to the southwest mountains of here, beyond the Fire River. Handling this will be a great boon for several lords in the city who will be willing to pay handsomely for doing such. Feel free to reach out to me for more information. If not, I've included a map for where you can go.
And the horses and carts were acquired after something else killed the people who owned them. So,
Boy, the more we explain how we get stuff, the more we sound like highwaymen with standards.
I mean, it's literally what happened. We came in, the people were already dead, we avenged them, we killed the rest of the kobolds, and we're just like, well, these are ours now. It's the
Pretty
truth.
sure that's how possession works.
I mean, it's not like they have a registration and VIN number.
And here I thought that was below high elves.
What?
What?
Well, actually, you know what? Now that I think about it, if we got to register kibble, how long until they ask us to register our carts to travel the streets? I feel like this city's going to just start milking us for gold.
I mean, to be fair, we got a contract to kill things like him. So, like, the fact that he's here...
To be fair, in 90% of the civilized cities, you have to register all monsters. So,
And despite being humanoid and completely sapient, he still qualifies as a monster.
I mean, if I had a dragon, they're completely sentient. I have to register it.
Oh, we have one
Wait,
of those.
you have to register your dragons too?
Yes.
We do have one.
Oh. I'm going to lean over to Arc. Don't tell everyone about the dragon.
At least I'm not coming out and calling it illegal. And I walk up to the stables.
Okay. Did you guys want to reach out to Eleanor for any of the additional information, or just get going?
I mean, a little more information wouldn't hurt.
I was going to say we might as well, since once we get going, it's going to be on the road and into combat, probably.
Okay.
Oh, you
Actually, are we doing combat with 3 of us?
Technically 4, but potentially.
All right.
Don't worry, we are actually 2 of the better people to have combat with.
Your confidence is way higher than my confidence.
Can you heal?
That's like asking me what I have under my clothing. That's very rude.
Well, if you can, it all falls on Kibble's head to keep us alive.
Yes, I can do
That's true. That's true. There are 4 of us. Just one of them is, for lack of a better term, a Pokemon at this point. A very well-schooled Pokemon.
Gotta get smarter. Eventually, he'll be higher class than all of us. Maybe not level-wise, but like basic skill set.
And then he might turn into a Draconian, or maybe even a Dragonborn.
Oh, that's
Is
You get that final evolution, you'll have an actual dragon.
I mean, we have an actual dragon.
Well, you
I
have
can
a
just imagine
pseudo-dragon.
Kibble. I can just
It's-
imagine Kibble
what
getting
is
to the
its
point
creature
where he's like.
Faye.
But
I just imagine Kibble getting to the point where he can finally be like, "Finally, I'm the big one." Just for
remember one of the first things I said to him was like, "Well, I guess you could start your own clan someday."
Mhm.
You know, after we slaughtered everyone you knew and loved.
man, you really. The more we talk about our adventures, the more I realize we're extremely morally gray.
Mhm.
It's almost like we are murder hobos of some kind.
almost.
No one's hobos.
That's true. We actually do have a room that we rent. So
Speaking of, we're gonna eventually have to invest in our own house.
just remember, you're only murder hobos until you establish a base of operations, and you're murder squatters.
You're not a squatter unless you aren't paying for it.
Well, the way we
hobos
usually come
become
across
murder?
property. Yeah, our general method of acquiring property, we're probably squatters.
Anyway, I'm preparing the carts. I actually want to take the time to before I go and hook the horses up to them. I am actually going to remember an ability that I have for my subclass and cast Speak with Animals and actually talk to the horses and explain to them kind of what we're doing so they know what they're getting into, and it's just saying it's okay. We'll make sure they're safe.
Sure, they don't seem to be too overly bothered by it. They'll let you know, and we'll try to keep ourselves out of danger if possible.
Of course, that's what you do.
Of course, of course.
Okay, that
Excellent.
one, the one that said that is now officially Mr. Ed.
So I guess check with Eleanor and then back on the road.
Okay. So you get a little bit north of town. It's kind of between Moss Bridges and Ravens Bluff itself, but you'll end up heading south afterwards. But this will be where Eleanor's small homestead is at. It's kind of a palatial setup. Not a huge home, but very finely wrought. A hedge maze is set up out front. Nice water fountain, and grounds that lead up with a kind of cobblestone trail up to the main kind of, shall we say, country home. As you get up there, just off in the distance, say to the back end of the house, you hear this massive boom. Sounds very much like a fireball.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask Ark to go check it out and stay back.
Pulling out the hand axes
Okay.
and sneakily working my way toward the noise.
Okay. So you wander your way around the house, and behind the house you see this large patch of kind of packed hard burnt dirt, and a variety of kind of steel dummies set up. There you see Eleanor with smoking pipe and is just kind of casually throwing fireballs out at them.
I put the axes down and just, it's okay.
Then I will follow up with him if he says it's okay.
And I'll also like make my presence known. It's like, hey, Eleanor, please don't blow me up.
Takes a long drag on the pipe. Aha, Arc and friends. Good to see you all. Oh, and a new friend. Who is this lovely lady?
This is. How's it? Ranmi?
Pleasure to meet you. What brings you all here?
Yeah. So we were just wanting to. We're gonna go do the ogre clear out. We just wanted to get as much information as we could before I want to do that.
Oh, sure. So, I've connected with some of the other lords that are wanting this done, and have been able to secure a bounty of 1,000 gold to make it happen. There is, however, one that I was not able to connect with. You may have met him, the Lordling, I should say, Todrick McIntyre. I think you've met him.
Isn't he the one that I called his team milk-fed babies?
No. Todrick was the gentleman that you spoke to the last time you were at the tournament.
Bro, dude.
That's
Yes.
right. Yes. It seems he's run into some form of trouble, or rumor says, and is offering quite a bounty of his own to have this handled. I've yet to be able to speak to him, though, so you may want to check in with him. May be able to double your payday on this.
Excellent.
I'd say that's worth a visit.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else I can do for you guys today?
Not that I can.
Actually, yes.
Ooh.
Do you think, while we're out taking care of this, I know we've got another fight coming up when we get back in town.
Yep.
Do you think, by any chance, you could do a little footwork for us and dig up a little more info on some of our competitors, particularly the milk-fed babies?
Oh, I don't think that should be too much trouble. I've seen all of those fights as is. You guys get back from this, let me know. We'll have a sit-down, nice long chat.
Excellent. Appreciate the help. Have a good day.
You too,
Yeah.
you too. Good meeting you, Ranmi.
And just so you know, Eleanor, we'll keep it a little bit of a surprise for you, but we have a little bit more showmanship in mind for the next one.
Oh, good. That should help increase the potential betting profits.
Oh, have our odds changed yet?
I haven't seen the scoreboards as of this morning, but I'll wager that they've changed.
I see what you do. Okay, well, we're gonna go we'll find out what the Lordling needs, and then see what we can do about it.
All right, sounds good. You all have fun. Try not to get yourself killed. Don't really want to lose the investment.
Yeah, no, that'd be bad for us.
Yeah, it sure would. So you can find the McIntyre estate in the city. They're not overly wealthy, so they have a small condo-ish thing in the Nobles district.
Okay, well, since I'm the only one that's ever talked to this guy, I'll continue to barrel into social situations so like fuck shit
That's
up.
true. I don't think you even told the rest of us that you even had that conversation. Because I got all the information out of Eleanor anyway.
Yeah, I tend to wander off and do social things.
Which is fine. Also, couldn't help but notice that I think Eleanor was trying to kind of like relate with you by dissing the humble lodgings of another noble.
Well, unfortunately, I've learned since coming to this city, I'm not exactly the highest tier of nobility in town.
Well, let's go find out what we said McIntyre, right?
Yep.
Let's go see if we can find the McIntyre estate. Whatever the word is, cities are weird. And see what he needs and what we can do about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you guys wander over to the Noble district. Takes a little while to figure out where specifically the McIntyre estate is at. The Noble district has essentially a what would easily be classified as a set of apartments for nobles within the city. You find out that they're up on the 7th floor of a roughly 14-story building. Large for most cities, but fairly standard in the bigger ones. Heading up to the location of the McIntyre home, you get out to the front of that particular hallway. They have their own floor, as do every other lord in the building. And in front of the main kind of doors, when you open up the stairwell to it, there's a set of guards. One looks to be a larger Goliath type. The other is kind of a scrawny-looking human male.
That's the one we gotta look out for. If I'm being perfectly frank.
That particular one, you do see a scar running down from below the eye. The Goliath looks clean, almost baby-faced, in fact.
Yeah, the little one, that's the scrappy one. That's the one.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna walk up and introduce myself. Lord Draho Slavovan Reklinir III of Myth-Draenor. Pleased to meet you, Huntmaster to the King.
Oh, hi, says the Goliath. What do you want?
We need to speak with your lord. It's concerning a quest he has out and about.
Which one?
The one for killing ogres, I believe.
No, which lord?
That one.
The junior or the senior?
I would assume junior.
Oh, okay, Todrick. Yeah, this way. And the smaller man stays at his post, and the other one leads you into the foyer of the home.
I kind of just give the smaller one like a nod of respect as we're going in.
He kind of winks at you.
Yeah, like I know what's up. That's the guy in charge. So
Leads you into the foyer. Go ahead and have a seat in here. I'll go get Lord Todrick. And he wanders off into another room.
So I'm just gonna look around and be impressed by all the fanciness.
Yep, it is a decently made-up room.
Like Ark is still coming to terms with the fact that, from his perspective, it's smaller houses inside of one really big house.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just how he sees it. So,
what you're standing on is a rug from Karator. Very expensive for those with the trained eye to understand it. There is a writing desk on the far wall. Things that are kind of unique about it. It's inlaid with gold. Has a gold ink well, along with a quill that the feather itself shimmers. in kind of like a silvery kind of patterned fashion, just kind of waving back and forth up it over and over.
Like it's just shimmering while just sitting there.
Correct.
That is so cool.
And eventually the two come in. Oh, dudes. So it's oh my god, it's you guys. This is gonna be great. You guys are here to do the ogres, right?
Yes.
Oh, that's so great. Like, I don't know what happened, and I'm not saying it's my fault, but like my sister went out to go do that, and she hasn't come back, and it's been like 2 days, and she's probably dead. So if you can maybe find her and make it look like she's not dead, that'd be great.
What? Excuse me?
If
You're
she is dead,
excused.
we'll take her
There's a
to
door
the
right
temple.
there, dude. What's that?
I said if she is dead, we'll take her to the temple and let them fix it.
Oh yeah, that'd work real well. If she comes back not dead, that's even better.
Just
You'll have to.
because I think there might be a chance there's going to be more than one body that we might come across while we're there.
Mm-hmm.
You describe who we're looking for.
Oh sure. So she looks like a lot like me because we're twins, but she's got longer hair. I mean, not much longer because, dude, these luscious locks. But you know, and female, like a girl.
Okay, that part.
Oh yeah. So she's
is there
got
anything-
like blondish hair. She doesn't have the chin scruff that I got, man.
Not no.
Yep. Lot
Do you
like
have
me.
Paintings by chance that you could show us.
Oh yeah, totally. Come on, right over here. And he leads you off into another room that is basically like a study, and it's got a picture, a portrait specifically of all of the family. He looks a little bit younger in the picture than he does currently, and the sister is about 3 inches shorter than he is. Long blonde hair, kind of a small, petite woman, comely but not exactly beautiful. Very well dressed. In the picture, she's wearing a dark green kind of dress. Flows down into a silver kind of spider-webbed pattern at the bottom. So that's us, dude. That was like, maybe 3 years ago.
Does she have any like identifying scars that we might be able to find? Or...
Not that I know
Ladies
of.
do not have scars.
Yeah, exactly, dude.
She went to go fight some ogres.
That's
She's fighting
my-
type who might have scars.
That's my next question. Why was your sister going to deal with ogres?
Well, she fancies herself like an adventurer, and she took my retinue, which is really annoying. Like, I can't even leave the house without them. It's really not fair.
Okay.
Okay, well, what kind of compensation are we looking at?
Well, if you bring her back in, like, the not dead way, I'll give you guys, like, 2,500 gold. If she is dead and you can't bring her back, like, say, 1,000 if you kill all the ogres, because then at least it's not a complete waste, and I can kind of tell my dad it was my fault. Because it wasn't my fault.
Yeah, why would it be?
Exactly.
All right.
I'm going to lean over because this is the perfect opportunity to the newest companion of our group. You seem to, and just sort of pull her aside so he doesn't really hear us.
Okay.
Arc is welcome to creep in if he wants.
What I'm going to do, actually, because I see you pulling her aside, like to the point that you don't want this guy to look like, how does that feather do that?
Oh, and he kind of goes into a long diatribe, and I'll go ahead and let you guys...
Just behind my back, I give you a thumbs up.
Yeah, that's Arc. So I'm going to talk to Ranmi, our newest member. You seem to think that we're not handling our finances well. Do you think this is a good price, or should we try and fight for something more?
I mean, they don't have their own estate, so I'm not sure how wealthy they are, but I think we can get more than 2,500 out of them. I mean, killing an ogre is worth well more than 1,000, and let alone multiple ogres.
You think it is? I've never encountered an ogre.
They're big.
Actually, we encountered an ogre in our first pit fight.
And
Lord Draho has never encountered an ogre.
With Surfer Noble over here.
do you want me to see what I can do?
Yeah, if you think you can get us a better price, we might have to turn over negotiations to you. I think it's a fair price, but you seem to be questioning every financial decision I make. So give it a try.
So, Lord Podrick.
And
If I may be
as you walk up, he's like, and so that's how it does that special magic-y stuff, dude.
That is cool.
So,
And to be fair, Arc legitimately impressed.
Oh,
I see you sufficiently wowed my companions.
Well, it's not mine, it's my dad's, but it's pretty cool.
So, are you the firstborn son?
No, unfortunately not. My older brother, he lives out of the city in, the main family estate.
Yeah. So, what made you decide you wanted these ogres taken care of?
Well, because my sister went out there and she hasn't been back. And,
Yeah, but why did you put it up on the boards to begin with?
well, because I don't really want my dad to know that my sister went out there. Because,
But why
he'll
did
get
you-
all kinds of mad.
Like, I understand you put it up on the board and your sister went out there. But why was it put on the board to begin with?
Oh, I didn't put it up on the board myself. The other lords put it up there, and I just told my sister about it, and she thought it was like the coolest thing ever. And then she decided to take my retinue and go out there and try to handle it herself.
So, you gave your sister your gear and put the idea in her head.
No. I just let her know about it, man.
But that seems like it might be worth at least 5,000 to keep that quiet and bring it back.
Oh, man. You guys are really going to do me dirty like this? Jeez.
I don't think it's dirty. I think it's a fair price.
A fair price to rescue a fair maiden? Go ahead and roll perception.
Yeah.
Or persuasion.
I like that she's doing this because I can claim ignorance to it later and still maintain friendship with her. Dude, I'm sorry she did that. I have no
I
sense.
had no idea you guys were doing this, so...
I rolled a 17 and I have a +7.
Yep, that was it.
yeah!
Oh, man, I suppose you're right. I don't really want my dad to know. Man. Okay. I will get my allowance later this week, and then I can afford that.
Okay. We have no problem. Or, I'm sorry, +5 for my persuasion. Okay.
Oh,
I have
still
no
works.
problem taking credit
Yeah,
from
yeah.
you.
Cool.
You're obviously good for it.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm not going to be able to buy those golden skates I wanted next week, but, maybe the week after.
Well, if you let me know when you go to buy them, maybe I can help you get a better price.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah, definitely. After you guys come back, we'll go ahead and go down to the skate shop. It'll be wonderful.
And just know, we're worth every bit of that 5,000 gold.
Yeah, I'd say so, especially if you can get me a deal on the skates, man.
Out of character.
Uh-huh.
Hey, man, I heard you like some negotiations. So I'm gonna negotiate my negotiation skills into the negotiations.
This is what just happened.
So I'm gonna like look over at Draho, not see anything but raise my eyebrow and kind of like gesture over toward Ranmi, like sort of like a.
I am going to dumbfoundedly, with my jaw half dropped, stare at the two of them having their conversation in utter disbelief that it actually worked. In Draho's mind, this was a chance to humble her and prove to her that, hey, we know what we're doing.
Oh look, I bet you actually lost against yourself.
So somebody's going to have to eat a little humble pie later.
I mean, that was a win-win for you, regardless.
Yeah.
either it humbles her and you get to feel superior, or you get more money.
Yeah.
So who outsmarted who?
Oh, I think I won all the way around.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, I'm still looking at the while I'm still fascinated by the quill.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap you on the shoulder, Arc. We'll get you one when we get back if you need one, but we got to get on the road. The others are probably waiting for us.
Right. No, I think I do. Fighting. Cool.
Okay, dudes, you guys have fun and come back as quick as possible, and try and find my sister, man.
Right.
And as we leave to the cart, I'm going to look over at our newest companion, Ranmi, and be like, I can't believe you extorted him with information he offered us willingly.
How do you think negotiations work, Lordling?
I
I
mean,
mean, she did pull it off.
yeah, but you don't do that to people. Those
She could-
lords work hard for their money.
You just called me rabble and told me I wasn't worth my salt, basically. But
I'm off to the side, so I'm not immediately in Ranmi's immediate field of vision, and I just kind of look at Draho and just go,
And I am going to get a terrified look on my face and go, so anyways, yes, good job on the negotiations. Glad that we brought you along. I think we'll leave you in charge of negotiating our contracts from now on. Side note for future reference, we are the only adventurers in town, so feel free to leverage that as much as possible. No one else is going to do the job but us.
so feel free to extort people.
No, it's appropriate to ask for more money when we're the only people willing to do a job.
I don't think
This was
their
extortion.
competition is extorting, but we'll have plenty of time to talk about this on the go.
There's a difference
I
between
mean-
getting more out of the guild and extorting a dude that's coming to us with a personal family matter, especially
Yeah.
a noble. They work
There's
hard
really-
for their money.
Yes, right. Hard for their money.
I love how you just got 5,000 gold out of this guy, and the fact that Draho's like, yeah, but we're the only ones working the guild for the Adventurers Guild right now, so let's ask for better wages. You're like, oh, come on.
Right? Where do your priorities lie?
You're playing the long game on this reverse psychology, double agent kind of thing. I like.
Or she just likes to fleece nobles.
I
And
mean,
these nobles might be a thing.
it's not the money; it's the game. Be right back.
Okay.
I'm gonna
So-
go drink.
Yeah, and that's basically everything we needed to do in town. I'm surprised we got so much town stuff. Well, limited players. But, no, excellent.
All right. Well, since Ark and Ranmi are taking a pause, we'll go ahead and take a quick 5, and then we'll pop back in.
Excellent. I'm going to grab another drink then while they're at it.
Okay. All right, we are back live. So, you guys are headed out on the road. Anything else that you need to do in town beforehand?
I mean, stock up on our usual, well, stock up on some food and water before we go, obviously, but that's pretty standard for when we set out.
Okay.
And feed for the horses.
Sure. Any other equipment that you want, given that one mission that you went on that you didn't have everything you wanted?
What are you referring to? I feel like it's something we should know.
The first, I don't know, the bandit camp, I believe, you wanted, what was it? Like a grappling hook?
Oh, right. Yeah, grappling hook. I would assume we would have picked that up in town when we were doing all our usual supply picking up, because between sessions I make sure we have enough, like, we have tents and sleeping bags and stuff for the whole team.
Well, you certainly have the option to, but no one specifically said so no gold has been spent.
Okay, so we'll go pick that. We'll grab that on our way out of town. I'm sure the shop is on the way out the exit.
Yep.
So we'll grab a grapple hook for it.
All right.
Because usually I just assume out of our party gold split, before we split it, we just get supplies.
Yeah, we can certainly start working it that way. If we're going to do that, what kind of percentage do you want to go towards that?
We can just make a list of what's considered party property and what's considered personal.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll work on that out of game.
Okay.
Either way, I'm probably carrying it, so. Right.
So we'll go load up in the wagons. I'll load up in our secondary wagon that has all of our storage boxes, including the very fancy black one.
Okay.
Assumably, Kibble will get up there and go and start chauffeuring the horse, because, you know.
All right, so you and Kibble in one, and then me and Ranmi in the other.
Yep.
Cool.
You'll take the lead. We'll follow up behind you because we're the supply cart.
If that's cool with Ranmi, if she wants to ride with me.
I'm sure your content is much preferred.
Nobody rides with Draho willingly.
All right, several hours later.
Yep. So you guys get out on the road. It's a fairly nice day out at the moment. Probably low 80s. Travel is fairly easy. Not really much as far as like passerbys on the road either. From time to time you see like an additional caravan of just people coming through with supplies that are heading from one city to another. You're traveling south towards Pro Camper with the knowledge that you'll be taking a right off of the road at some point in time. But that'll be about a day out. Anything you guys want to chat about while you're en route?
I am going to basically just spend my time bonding with my pseudo-dragon till it likes me more.
Okay. While you're doing that, Kibble brings you over an apple pie.
Oh, thanks, Kibble.
Mm-hmm. Someone said you wanted pie.
What?
Someone said you wanted pie.
You mean someone wants pie and told me, yeah, I understand what's happening here. Thank you, Kibble.
You're welcome.
So I'm going to tap on the box. I've got a pie here, but I couldn't possibly eat it all myself. Would anyone else like some?
The box opens just a little bit, and the little stinger comes out. And it's kind of searching around.
I will slide the pie into the box.
Okay. It basically it takes a slice, pulls it in, and the box shuts.
I'm going to set it right next to the box because I am not going to eat any of it, so...
Meanwhile, so Ranmi, can you play a lute for us while we're on the road?
Sure. I can do that.
We haven't had music on these trips before. It's been nice.
Yeah, but that's only in your wagon. I'm in the back wagon.
You know, the sound kind of does this thing where it carries.
So,
Yeah. Yeah.
Play
Oh
my
yeah.
loot. I wasted this. Just so you know. It's the best loot playing you've ever heard. Ever.
What is it with this group and spending their 20s on frivolous actions and then ones when it comes to combat?
You make that sound like it's deliberate.
Like, it's the best loot playing and singing you've ever heard.
You know, one of
Yeah.
these days I'm gonna crit the boss in the fight or whatever, and it's gonna go down. It's gonna be glorious.
Crit fail, most likely.
I mean,
I am going to
the only
definitely.
crit rolls I've gotten in combat have been on my hand axes when I didn't need to crit.
Fair enough, yeah, and then I'm going to lean to Kibble while you're performing and go, I think we got too good a deal out of this contract. She's well worth more than 1 gold per 10 day.
Definitely.
Make sure you learn real good from her. We want you to be the best bard you can be now.
Real good. Real good.
So you enjoyed your breakfast, right?
I did.
Okay,
Yes.
just wanted to make sure. Says the guy who actually invested in her. Okay.
So, why do you let the elf talk for you?
Well, one, I'm not so good with words. Two, I can shut him up when I want to. And three, he may be annoying, but he's good in a fight. So, I let certain things slide.
So great to know where you stand in the party.
So you let him be because he's too useful.
Well, I haven't figured out how to make him stop entirely.
I mean, I would tell you experience would do that, but he's an elf, and in my experience, that doesn't help.
No, I'm getting that. Yeah.
Getting all racial up in here.
You can't hear this, okay?
No. No, even if I could, I'm not
I
listening.
mean, if you can't hear her playing that awesome, like shredding the loot like that, you definitely don't hear this conversation.
Nah, he would not even try and eavesdrop. He's got
That's
that.
beneath him, right?
Yeah.
Those big ears are not useful for that.
You just joined us, and yeah, no, I definitely know what you're talking about, but he has a few redeeming qualities, and there are moments where once you can inform him he's messed up, he does try to make up for it.
So I just have to prove to him I'm not rabble before he's going to.
I mean, I don't know if there's a way to prove that to him, but I, for one, am glad to have you around. And to be fair, he talks to all of us like that. We just kind of roll our eyes and move on.
So at about this point, another caravan is pulling by, and Arc and Draho recognize a rather large, knightly-looking figure. Oh, there you are. Haven't seen you guys in a while.
Woohoo! Summer blowout!
You do not have your Nivara there with you?
No, they're catching up with us later.
Ah, okay. So when you guys get back to town, bring Nivara along. Come down to the Crow's End Tavern on the west end. I have some information about that all-seeing eyes ship. Might be useful to her wanting to get her soul back.
Awesome. We'll pass the word along. Thank you for your time.
Yeah,
Have a good day.
All right, you have fun. And he clacks off
I
the
lean
horse
in
and
close.
continue to trot off.
You have a companion that doesn't have a soul?
No. They have their skull, and we did some adventuring, and they got a different skull that wasn't theirs, and I guess it gave them some power. It's complicated. Oh, it doesn't have a soul, you said. I thought you said skull because Zoom is weird. I think they have a soul. It's just that something else kind of has it as what's the word fancy people use? Collateral.
I was going to say, yell back at me and I'll give you a full rundown of what happened.
Draho, explain Navara.
Navara? What's to explain? She sold her soul to 3 separate demons at once.
That.
Yeah, her death's gonna be a real fun day in hell.
You know, they'll probably spend a century bickering over who gets it.
Is she a tiefling?
What? No, she's a half-elf. Hopefully not a high-elf elf, because I assume they don't make those kinds of mistakes. But...
She's real nice, though.
Eh.
She does this cool thing where she, like, shoots a spear of ice at things. And she hasn't gotten it to stun them yet, but it's supposed to be able to do that. It's pretty cool.
I just signed up with people who sell their souls to demons.
3 demons.
Look, I don't judge people on what they did. I judge it on what they want to do. And she's helped us out. She's actually almost died for us a few times. So,
She sold her souls for all the right reasons.
I mean, it's a little bit above me, but I see what she does with that power, and it's, you know, I'm going to stick around and see if there's a way we can maybe save her from that whole thing, but until we find a way to do that.
We lead a complicated life.
Obviously.
And I think the contract you signed did not involve any forfeiture of souls, so I think you're in the clear.
No, I would not sign any kind of forfeiture of my soul to.
What kind of dick do you think Draho is?
You
That I work in a soul
question?
that I work in a soul clause to get a harpist to train my cobalt minion?
That would be terrible.
You know how expensive these violins are?
Right?
Oh,
That is mahogany. No.
With a gold inlay. What?
All right. So you guys make your way through most of the day. You get to the final turnoff, and it's getting to be sundown. You want to continue to push or make for camp?
we should
Set up camp.
set up camp.
All right.
Like we're by a well-traveled road, so
Mhm.
probably the first we'd have to deal with is bandits, and well, it's their own fault if they try something.
I was gonna suggest we go a little further off the road,
Right.
so there's less likely to see foot traffic seeing us from the road.
And, I mean, they could follow the cart stuff or whatever, but, still they'd have to work for it, so
Yeah.
can we find a spot that's maybe a little bit sheltered, like maybe large, like, rock formation or some trees?
Oh, definitely. This path would take you basically at the foot of these mountains. The mountains around the Procamper area are pretty sheer and rather large. End up with kind of spiked tops. So overall, yes.
Okay, so I'll find a nice spot where, like, if need be, we can just use the wagons to cover any part where we're not.
Yep. So you end up with basically a nice little alcove that's kind of cut into the hill, with the wagons there squared up, horses taken care of. Kibble breaks out and starts making dinner for everyone.
Oh, thank you.
So, did anybody leave word for your other companions just in case they're able to join us before this whole thing is over, that they know where to find us?
I mean, we got the contract, so
One of them's a druid, so they'll be able to find us no problem. The other one has 3 demons in their pocket, so they shouldn't be a problem finding
yeah.
us.
Actually, you know what? I would have told Russell that if they need to find us, like, send out an animal, and then it'll have to wait 10 minutes for me to be able to talk to it, but we'll be able to do that.
Other than that, let's think what else we have in the party. Really, the only other thing would be, I'm almost positive by this point somebody has a way to find Draho, because nobody trusts me on my own.
They'll just follow the sound of pretentiousness.
I don't think Bind Lordling is a spell.
It should be.
Well, that'll go in the new book that I'm writing.
All this out of pretentiousness.
Follow Lordling. You track on to the most obnoxious noble you have connections to.
Why is this rock suddenly a royal blue with gold inlay? That makes no sense.
What? Hold up. What happened to the rock?
I'm just saying, if they're trying to find us, that's how you can leave your trail, by branding just random boulders to mark the path.
Oh. Yeah, that would be pretty obvious who it was.
Alrighty. So you guys get the camp out. The dinner is finished. It's actually rather tasty today. A little less on the seasoned side for Draho. Mostly just a kind of mutton reconstituted from the field ration jerky. Turned into a soup with a bit of tubers and some beets in it.
Oh, I bought the jerky for the dragon.
Would the dragon have communicated that to Kibble while he's trying to gather it up?
No, it seems to be pleased with the pie.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's up to the dragon. I just bought it because dragons like meat, so I like to keep some jerky on hand in case he gets hungry.
Now, Draho, do you say anything about that fact? That it's made with jerky?
Jerky is really just what dry rations are.
Right.
I mean, I don't care what the food's made out of. I'm just saying if the pseudo-dragon gets mad, Kibble's the one to yell at.
Like, I'm just saying that if you bring this, do you bring this up out loud?
No, not at all.
Okay.
I mean, some of us have trail rations for ourselves, so we could give them to a dragon. You have a dragon?
What? Yeah.
I told you that.
We have a, well, I mean, pseudo-dragon, but same thing.
Pseudo-dragon.
You want to meet him?
Sure.
All right. I go into the cart and go up to the box and, Rokam Akin, you wanna come out?
And
Meet our new friend?
the box pops open just a little bit, and this tiny little snout pops out. And it seems to be colored in Draho's blue color. And
Yeah.
it snuffles a little bit.
Tell her what his name. Tell him what his name translates to in common.
We will get to that when the dragon comes out. So I'm gonna say, do you wanna come out yourself, or do you want me to carry the box?
And the box shuts.
Yep. So I pick the box up and I come out of the cart. I am now carrying a small box that is made of a dark black wood with bright brass trim for all the metal on it, and a very ornate, on the front in very ornate letters is obviously my symbol from my house, and a, do you speak Draconic?
I do not.
Excellent. And the name is what's written on it in Draconic. Essentially, you can't read. So
The
there we go.
name is. Okay.
Yeah. So it's a name. It's something in Draconic written above it. And I bring it up and I set the box down and I go, "This is Rokam Akin," and I open the lid and ask him if he'd like to greet you.
I'll hold out a piece of jerky.
Russell is in chat noting it's a trap and says, Lord Draho, hey girl, you want to see my pseudo-dragon?
It's an elaborate ruse.
Shit.
That doesn't feel like scales.
Why is it slimy? Shh.
Oh.
It's awfully small for a dragon.
Shut up.
I mean,
Yeah, so assumably the dragon's gonna pop out, hopefully. Oh, and inside it, it's lined with very fancy, like dark blue, cloth. And it's basically a silk cloth in my colors that it's wrapped up in with my insignia on it, of course. Dark blue, cloth. Man, I hate my voice.
So the box opens up just a little bit wider and the head kind of pokes out. Very blue scales. You see tiny little like dragon ears on the back end of it, and then the claws kind of come out, and it just looks around a little bit. and then sneaks back in and shuts the box.
That's about right. He isn't going to insist I tell him what his name means, right?
Doesn't seem to be coming out at the moment.
Crap. Oh, the things I do for love. So, I'm going to look at you and very defeatedly go, so, it seems he wants me to inform you of what his name means.
Okay.
Rokan Akin is draconic, which is what it says on the box. It translates as best into common as Fluffle's Snugglebot.
At which point the box fully opens up, and it climbs out and kind of puffs up its chest, and its wings flare out, and it's that beautiful, like, royal blue, and it just has the dopiest looking grin.
And as Fluffles does this, I just go, yay!
Golf clap.
Can I pet you?
That's between you and the dragon.
It nods its head.
Remember, pet the verb is okay. Pet the noun is not. You just he'll think it at you. It'll make sense.
Okay. Hand the pseudo dragon a piece of jerky and proceed to pet it vigorously.
It coos just.
Yeah, sounds good. It's coming out of its box.
You see it kind of turn around. Tail goes way up as it leans into the box. Does the whole cat thing. Turns around and is holding a little ruby.
Hey, wait a second. Is it my ruby?
Nope, not your ruby.
Okay.
He just wanted to show you.
It's part of the loot I collected for him.
Very nice.
Yes. He took a shine to it.
He puffs up a little bit more and then gets back down in the box, and you hear it kind of scritch in the box and then shuts.
And, of course, I'm going to take some of the stew in a little bowl, lift the lid, and just set a bowl of the stew in there with him and close the lid.
Okay. You hear every now and again slight.
Yep. Let me know if you want a drink, and I will continue on with the group.
I'll lean over to Kimball like, Kimball, if you ever have an idea for something you want to cook, I can hunt whatever meat you want. Just have to try to find it.
Oh, well, if you find rabbit, I can do really good rabbit stew.
You know what? Next time we make camp, I'll set up some snares and see if we catch them.
Okay.
All right. This is good, though.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, thank you.
Anything else you guys want to do before camping out for the night?
If the others have nothing, I just want to assign shifts.
Okay. Draho's gonna actually have to take a watch this time.
I'm going to have to take a long watch. Because we're a short man, so...
I'm going to get Kibble and start teaching him the harp.
Okay.
Because I have my half orc with me.
Okay.
There you go. Okay.
And then when it comes to watches, do you want to take first, or should I? Because Draho just needs 4 hours, and then he can do the rest if you really need him to.
Yeah.
I'll take first watch.
Okay. I apologize in advance. I don't get context for it, but as I drift off.
So your second watch, because I'm going to take you away.
Yep. And Draho, before he goes down, he's going to say, if you're going to teach Kibble during your shift, just teach him a lullaby, please.
I was going to start with chords, but sure, why not? Start with whole songs.
Hey, big guy, Sun's getting real low.
Right?
Ugh. Nothing Draho doesn't know how music works.
All right. So, first watch, go ahead and roll a perception.
I guess.
Hold on, I gotta pull up my character sheet. I don't remember things.
20.
20? All right. So you stay up through your watch. Nothing majorly eventful happens. You do notice Kibble kind of try to nod off during some of the lessons, but he wakes back up and continues learning. Your watch comes to an uneventful end.
Okay. I kick the snorer awake.
Ah. Oh,
Your
okay.
turn.
Okie dokie.
All right. Go ahead and roll perception.
I dreamed some really nice music.
That took me a minute longer than it should have.
All right. So,
If you want me to give you the modifier, it's 4, but
basically the same issue. So about an hour into your shift, you start snoring again. You're visited in your dreams by your bear spirit that gives you that most recent dream yet again. Basically the 13 kind of ghostly apparitions, one of which being that dark knight that you've met before. Then
where is he?
being attacked by your bear spirit and a slew of other incorporeals that you can't quite make out. About halfway through your shift, you wake back up, realize that you were snoring, and then the rest of your shift remains uneventful.
Huh. When I wake back up, I'm going to check to see if anything is missing.
Okay. Go ahead and do an investigation check.
I'm sorry, but I have to bench you. That is significantly better. You said investigation?
Mm-hmm.
14.
All right. Doesn't seem to be anything missing at the moment. Some things have been moved around from where they were at, but nothing is gone.
I'm going to see if I find any tracks that aren't ours.
Okay. Survival.
Seven.
Nothing that doesn't seem to be your group, though a lot of it does seem to be smaller draconic footprints.
Oh, okay. It's just
All right.
Yeah, it's kibble, because it's not like we have a problem with kobolds.
Look, I'm half asleep, okay?
Your watch comes to an end.
Nothing's missing, so it's... yeah, so I guess then I wake up Draho.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to get up and go, did I miss anything exciting?
Looks like Kibble moved some stuff around. Don't know why.
Really? Should have been sleeping.
Yeah, I think it's weird, but
Okay, well,
for some reason I didn't see him. It's very sneaky. But he is small, so... Anyway, I'm asleep now.
having the fact that Draho has been around when other party members have fallen asleep on watch, I am nervous to the fact that stuff was moved around and he doesn't know why or didn't ask him why. So you're going to have to bluff me that you were fully awake and aware.
I never said I was fully awake. I said I didn't see him move, which is actually the truth.
I'm going to
Difference
insight
would be
anyways.
between persuasion and deception.
Yeah, I'm on an insight to see if you're on the level, because
You said I get to choose between persuasion and deception?
Well, depending on how you're wanting to word that, since he told the truth,
It
it's
doesn't
persuasion.
matter. It doesn't matter. They're both -1.
So
What'd you get?
what'd you get?
You got a 4, didn't you?
Ugh.
He got a 3. What?
I rolled a 4 on the die, and I have a -1 to my charisma.
Oh no.
Wait, you actually rolled less than me?
Yes.
I rolled
That's why I asked what you got first, because I'm like, well, maybe not as bad as you think.
But he rolled a 1, which is automatically a fail.
Not
Yeah.
for 5e.
I was
Damn it.
gonna say, I'm not sure how that works with 5e's rules, but I'd be
well-
willing to take not getting it. But if
I mean,
barely...
We've had moments where it's natural 20, and with your modifier,
Mhm.
because it's like, even if it's the best you could possibly do, it still might not be good enough.
Yeah, with 5e, when it comes to skills, there's no critical success or fails.
Okay, Draho. I may have fallen asleep, and I'm not sure for how long. But when I woke up, I did check, and it looks like little kobold feet. Nothing's missing. It's just been moved.
I am immediately going to go and tap my servant away, Kibble, and go,
Huh? What? Huh?
Kibble, sorry to wake you. Did you move some stuff around the camp during Arc's guard shift?
Uh-huh.
You did.
Uh-huh.
Why?
Well, I smelled some things, and I was worried, and so I moved stuff around so that if there was things, they couldn't get it.
Ah. Very good then. Good job, Kibble. You can go back to sleep.
Okay. Flap.
So I'm gonna go back to Arc. You are lucky that Kibble actually did that and we weren't just mugged by kobolds.
Why are you angry at me for being right?
I am going to, because I know my limits on how far I can actually push my limited authority, I'm going to very frustratedly go, just go to sleep when you're supposed to from now on, and not when you're supposed to be protecting our camp.
Okay, you know what? That part's fair.
So I'm gonna start my, basically the rest of the night's shift, and pretty much spend the whole night with if he's not asleep, the pseudo dragon, bonding with him as I do.
Okay. So the rest of your shift also goes uneventfully. Morning comes along. Kibble wakes you up with breakfast bacon.
Bacon.
Yes. Is it good
Mark's
this time?
It's not bacon. It's bacon! No.
Oh, it is. It's rather fantastic.
Roll for bacon.
Some hickory smoked, some honey glazed.
Oh, he got the good shit.
Yeah. Even whips together some pancakes to go with it.
Good. Glad.
I'm pretty sure this is the first time Arc has had pancakes. How did you even get it to do that?
Well, you see, you put the water with the flour and a little bit of oil and a couple seasoning things, and then you use the bacon fat that you fried the bacon in, and that makes the pancakes better.
Ooh.
Why?
I like he explains cooking the same way he probably learned it.
What was that, Ranmi?
Why are you teaching him other skills? He can obviously cook. Somebody will pay well for that.
He can cook some things. Other things he needs work with, so...
Breakfast is important.
The most
Yeah,
important
I mean-
meal of the day.
Yeah,
Right.
and he does a great job with it. But I mean, is it really wrong to give him more skills?
I mean, no, but
Especially when you have such a generous benefactor such as Arc.
I suppose it's easy to give somebody lots of skills when somebody else is paying for it.
I mean,
Yeah.
I only just started paying for it, and I haven't even started paying for it.
But you will because you care about Kibble.
I mean, he may be your employee, but he's my friend. So.
See? So he's your employee, but he's paying for it out of the kindness of his own heart. For a friend.
Yeah.
You have a lot to learn from your friends. Acquaintances. What did you call him?
And yeah, acquaintance associated. Friend is kind of skirting the line, but we're working on it.
They are my they're my teammates. We're involved in professional sports together.
I believe, out of the character, he's my mobile weapons platform. No.
At this point.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, gotta pack up the box to help pack up the camp because I want to get a move on.
Okay.
Don't
Kibble
get used to
assists. You guys get all packed up, prepped up, horses put back on the carts, and get underway. You know, you're about 4 hours away from the destination.
Are we there yet?
4 hours away. So, is anything gonna happen during that ride?
That's a good question. Is it?
Definitely more music.
Oh yeah.
Play, song monkey, play.
Yes, give
Here
a
we
light
go.
up
We
position.
got a
Come to
19,
us.
so we're gonna waste some more high rolls. For
It is not a. If I enjoy the music, it is not a waste. Which I very much
You're
do.
doing so well, and Kibble's trying to keep up with you.
Like you're doing so well, the bandits don't even want to steal from you.
It sounds like
What
he's
did you
playing
play?
bass for you, just one chord at a time.
I've got percussion just. And that's just me holding my javelins.
Yeah, this is what we needed in the party.
But it needs more cowbell. No.
do you want to be stabbed?
I mean, it happens.
We can arrange it.
I'd be careful what you offer him. He might be into that.
I mean, there's an ask for receipt.
Alrighty. So the remaining 4 hours goes fairly uneventfully. What you end up coming along to is a canyon pass within the mountains themselves. And we'll go ahead and share the sheet now.
As we start entering the canyon pass, I'm just gonna make sure that I have my javelins just where I can grab them while I'm still driving the cart.
Okay.
And I'll just everyone just be alert.
That's rich coming from you.
It is just coming because I have more money than you.
Oh! Ooh. Oh, man. That's like 48 into the emotions.
Roll for insanity.
You just fireballed at my heart. 8d8 damage. Or 8d6.
I cast fireball.
All right. Let me know when that's coming through for you guys.
Oh, God,
I'm seeing it.
Beautiful 90s paint program graphics.
I mean, I like that red crystal stuff. That seems like it could go for a lot of money.
You mean the berries?
If you zoom in on them.
Oh,
they're
I see.
crystals.
I see. Okay. Ooh,
I was about to say, what kind of berries do you eat?
there was the first initial thing looked like there were some berries on a table with some veggies.
I
Maybe
see what you mean.
tomatoes. Maybe tomatoes, which I think tomatoes technically are berries.
Oh no, are those dead kobold?
They are. So what you're finding at these this entrance
Get
gate
to liberate the cobalt mine from
is
the ogre.
a trio of dead kobolds, broken down cart with some textiles within it. The gate in front of you is mostly made of stone as far as the walls are concerned, and then you have basically 15 foot wide by 30 foot tall portcullises. The walls themselves also go up that 30 foot height. On top of the walls, you can see some ogres that don't seem to be paying attention to the south. They're looking more towards the north.
Ooh.
Sorry, we see ogres on the wall.
Correct.
Well, I think we need to move closer to it and just flat ourselves up against it. That way they're less likely to notice us.
Yeah. Yeah, or you can do what I'm about to do, which is creep over by the wagon and take cover.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna move up right here.
All I can see is 2 ogres. Everything else is great.
But I'm just I'm like flattening myself up against the wall.
Might still be loading on your system.
Okay. My internet sucks. I'm just gonna throw that out there because I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's a little touch and go on this thing.
There we go.
Okay.
And until he has a particular job, Kibble is acting in his own accord
Okay.
during combat.
He slides on up next to the wall as well. How do you guys want to handle this?
You said that the wall is how high? 15 feet?
30 foot up.
The portcullises are down, I imagine?
They are.
Okay. Well, if we try to climb up there, they might be smart enough to hear us.
Yeah, I mean,
From where I'm standing, can I see like how the cart was destroyed? Like if it was like by something being thrown at it, or if they came down and clobbered them?
You see a couple large rocks in next to the wheel underneath on the left.
Got it.
A couple javelins as well are pierced through it, but beyond that, it looks to be mostly smashed by some large blunt instrument.
Okay. So the general idea combination around.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna knock an arrow and prepare to fire on Ogre 2, depending on your signal of when you want to start combat.
Okay. The portcullises, they go all the way up, right?
Up 30 feet, yeah, and then there's probably about 5-10 feet worth of additional that they kind of crank through.
Okay. And is there like an overpass to that, or is it just...
Not in the middle. So you've got 30 feet up, and then kind of a 10-foot riser in the middle where the portcullises can get up further.
Okay, so there's not like a solid like thing to stand on up in that area.
There is. It's completely flat. So those 2 ogres on the sides are standing at that 30-foot interval, and then
Right.
above that is that flat portcullis area.
Okay, so let's just hypothetically, if I'm standing here, I am standing on something on their level.
You're standing 10 feet above them.
10 feet above them.
Yep. 30
Okay.
feet, 10 more feet.
All right, I'm gonna just using hand motions, and let me just make sure I can see what I look like here. I'm just doing.
Let me roll insight to determine if I know what he's telling me. Yeah, of course I rolled high on this BS.
Okay, so you understand that I'm going to climb up first and get their attention, and once I'm up there, then you can start shooting.
Okay, works for me.
Okay. So, gonna have to do this two-handed, but I will use the portcullis as a ladder and try to stealthily get up there.
Okay. Give me first an acrobatics to see how easily you're able to climb it.
Wouldn't that be more
Or athletics, whichever you prefer.
Okay.
It's the difference between climbing or skipping.
13 for the athletics.
Okay. And then the stealth to follow.
Stealth and 9.
Yeah. They don't seem to notice you.
Oh, I love that they're so stupid. Okay. All right. So once I make it to the top, I'm going to go ahead and pull out my maul, look at Draho, nod, and then swing it Ogre 4.
All right. So with that, go ahead and roll initiative.
And then do our surprise round. Woo! 18. Nice.
I have that. Mine is 10.
Did you say minus 10?
I said he had an 18. I had that.
Oh.
Mine is 10.
I was
I was about to say, what gives you a -10?
Right.
I am clumsy as hell.
I'm at 19.
19? Okay.
Good.
So, Kibble will hold action till something happens, which will put Ranmi at the top of the order. Anything you want to do in your surprise round?
Can I see any of these things or no?
With where you're at, no, but if you back up about 10 feet, you're able to get the larger upper half portion of them.
You're attacking
Alright.
the head. Their least important part.
Well, at that, I'm going to, because I am right next to Arc, I'm going to touch
Oh.
him, and I'm going to go ahead and cast Heroism on him.
Okay.
I'm guessing you did that before I climbed up because I would be here.
Yeah, you
Right.
can go ahead and say that happened.
Oh, heroism is a nice one.
So,
Is you about to Hercules all up on this beast?
Well, I'm immune to fear, so that's nice, and I get 4 temporary hit points at the beginning of all of my turns.
yes.
Which means I won't even bother shifting yet.
Okay. Anything else you want to do?
I'm going to. Yeah, that's what I got.
All right. That'll bring us to Draho.
Okay. Since it's pretty much what I gotta do. What's my AC looking like? 16. How ballsy is Draho? This cart, it's leaning sort of like it's angled up towards the wall, right?
Towards the kind of cliff face off to the right. It's got a little bit of lift on the right-hand side. There's just no wheel whatsoever on the left-hand side.
Okay, it looked like that. So could I run along it and jump from there onto the wall? Would that be a possible move?
Yeah,
Acrobatics
with a
that.
decent acrobatics check, sure.
That's what I'm gonna do, because I'm gonna engage it in melee.
Okay.
To keep it off
Also,
Arc.
he's much of Legolas all up in this bitch.
Well, no, because I'm not using the bow. I'm gonna put the bow down gently, draw my rapier, take 3 deep panic breaths, and then I'm just going to squeal like a child and run and jump. The
I
manliest
had
of
this,
those.
but sure.
Well, he's gonna play front line.
Yeah, no, do it. Go for it.
Womp womp.
So, with that, you make your run up the cart, and just as you're about to jump off, your foot kind of slips off the edge, and you plow right into the wall.
Yep.
Kibble looks over and he kind of picks you up.
I dust myself off, and do I still have the ability to climb, or can just normally, or is that
Yeah,
too many
we
actions
can
for
say
this?
that was your bonus action to try and make that jump.
Okay,
you
I'm
can
going
use
to-
your full action to make the climb.
I will climb up then.
All right.
Oh,
For
is it gotta
that,
go
go
in
ahead and do
there?
the athletics check.
Yeah, I'm worse at athletics, but I gotta try something.
If nothing else, the thud will act as an attraction.
6, same number, better result.
So you're just having trouble finding purchase on the wall. There's no easy outcroppings for you to pull up. Maybe if you look again a little bit left or right on your next turn, you might be able to get up.
I still have enough movement. I'm going to go back behind the cart and pretend like I never did that.
All
Make
right.
a ramp with cold earth.
And I'm gonna pretend like I never did that and hope you guys didn't see me do it.
I'm still mid-swing against Ogre 4, so.
Yep. The ogre's turns are passed, so that would go to Arc.
Okay. I am not making this one reckless just because it's the opener.
You slap Rich.
Wait, what?
Russell commented, use leverage.
15 to hit the ogre.
Let me double check. That will hit.
Yay! That is 8 damage.
Okay. So you come down, swing into the head, and it cocks the ogre in the side of the head, kind of streaks down to the side and just runs off the shoulder. You see a slight blood streak come down as it turns up to face you.
What time of day is it?
You started out with 4 hours, so about noonish.
Lunchtime.
Alrighty.
That's supposed to a one-liner you could think of.
Anything else?
As my bonus action, and I should have opened with this, I'm gonna rage.
Alrighty.
Unless you feel like letting me retroact that and do an additional 2 damage.
Sure. We'll give it a 10.
Yay!
Alrighty.
My big hero moment.
So that'll move us back to Kibble, who will duck behind this end of the cart and fire off his arrow against the one that you are in combat with.
Good boy.
Okay. He will unfortunately miss.
No, even with advantage?
No advantage since it's daytime.
Ah,
So straight roll.
we need to get him some smoked goggle.
That'll bring us back to Ranmi.
I am going to climb up and pull my longsword.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a athletics check to get up the wall.
Okay, let me go up to the top where my skills are.
Or acrobatics if you want to be more flourishy with it.
I mean, either one I think is about the same.
Do it. Embarrass Draho.
I mean, I only rolled an 11, so
Yeah,
I
that'll
can't
work.
remember.
You're able to find purchase that's a little bit hard to get up the wall. Takes you a moment, but you do get up to the top as your
+5.
bonus action.
I rolled 16 then.
Oh, that's
If I
even
use
better.
acrobatics.
You find much more handhold options on that side of the wall.
I love when a freshly introduced character just completely destroys the person who's trying to.
Alrighty. Go ahead and make your attack rolls.
By the way,
What's that?
are we using the optional flanking rules? By the way,
Nope.
okay.
Yeah.
At least not as of yet. If you guys want to start doing that, we can discuss in Discord and make changes if we need to.
Okay. No, it was just a curiosity thing.
So I rolled a 13 to hit,
That will hit.
Yay for big stacks of hit points.
and somewhere in here I have a dice to roll for damage. Here it is. 8, 9, 10. 10 points of damage.
Okay. Alrighty, so that'll bring us back to Draho. You were using a longsword, Ranmi, right?
Yes.
Yep. So you cleave into the swing arm of the ogre itself, cuts a nice deep laceration into that. You see kind of blood starting to trickle. Draho.
Yes. Having screamed at the silent god mocking me. I am going to draw the bow and fire on ogre number 4.
Okay.
Because I might as well do something I'm good at. And you know what? Because it's just a dumb ogre, we're gonna use our sharpshooter on it.
Okay.
Ogre 3 is just over there living his best life while we're just beating the shit out of his friend.
Nice.
That will hit.
Even with sharpshooter. So that gives me a
Plus 10 damage.
yep, but it's D8. Forgot to add the modifiers. That's 5 plus 10, so 15 damage.
All right. It's not looking good. Your bow goes directly into the chest, and Arc, you can see it go kind of breathing hard with it. Maybe a punctured lung.
And that makes it my turn.
And then I duck
not
back
yet.
behind the cart. Yes.
So that'll bring us to the ogre's turns. Number 2 will turn towards Arc.
Sup?
Wait, wrong one. There we go. And fire off a javelin. And miss.
You rolled with advantage?
He had it for some reason, which seems odd, but either way missed.
Yeah, I'll take it. Not take it because he missed.
And then the second ogre will attack with its great club, kind of reaching up to hit you. That's going to give you partial cover. 22 will hit.
Curse you, only partial cover.
For 15 prior to halving.
Okay.
So that'll make it 7.
I would have had
An additional 4 from the heroism, so should that make it 3?
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
All right, that is their turn.
And
Back to you.
Okay, well, he had the audacity to hit me. So, you know what? We will use the tandem. Because this is reckless. Because why not? Natural 20.
All right. Roll that
Now,
big, beautiful damage.
Just so you know, the natural 20 was on my other die. The duck die rolled a 1. So,
It's camera
The
shot.
duck is out to get
okay,
you.
so that's 4d6, right? For them all?
Okay.
Okay. And I'm not big, so there's no extra 4s. That is nice. 19 damage, because there's no kill quite like overkill.
Okay.
The way I'm going to do this is as I'm crunching into him, because I imagine this kills him. I'm going to try to knock him off the wall onto the kobold corpses that are over there.
Close to, but not a full kill. So,
Aw.
How dare he, sir?
you stagger it into him, and he
That
does
may be-
lose purchase onto the wall. Which direction were you aiming?
South.
South? All right. He drops down, which is going to give him another
Yeah,
D6
I
of
don't need to
damage.
learn the entire encampment.
56. All right. He plows into the ground with just this heavy, reverberated thud. That arrow ends up pushing further into him, and he expires.
Yay!
Well, now that's done. Roar.
Okay. Anything else?
That is all I can do until I get that second attack.
Okay.
Yeah, right. That's what I'm waiting for.
Bring us
Oh,
Kibble.
you're gonna die so much better.
Unfortunately, Kibble misses again.
Back tactics.
Doesn't get him during the day.
That's what's getting him a straight roll. We need to make him some goggles.
So, Ranmi.
I am going to
And I have-
vicious mockery
Okay.
on the other ogre.
And
Right.
if I am correct, that has a charisma save? Constitution
Save.
save.
I think it's wisdom.
Could be.
It doesn't say.
That's what the interwebs is for.
Yeah.
5e.
It's a cantrip, which means it will cost me nothing to do.
Vicious mockery, ball,
Wisdom.
wisdom.
Yep.
No.
All right. That is a good choice.
I would like to cast Colin mockery.
That is a 9, so you are going to go ahead and do your damage.
All right.
That also gives
So-
it disadvantage on its next attack roll.
Okay. Look, I could have scrolled over it and would have told me all of that. So it's only 3 points of damage, but it's psychic damage, so it goes
Into its
directly
brain.
to
So, what's your vicious mockery with it?
I don't know, something that his mother's smelling of elderberries, so he probably doesn't get it.
It looks
He's
over you.
awful.
But I'm drinking gin, so
Arc sees this happen and thinks to himself, psychic damage, my only weakness.
Any bonus action or movement?
no.
Okay.
We're gonna just look and see what's in the encampment past through now.
Well, if you scoot over here, that will allow you visibility of these.
Oh, maybe I should have knocked him onto his friend.
Wow.
Well then,
Lesson learned.
Okay. That'll bring us to Draho.
All right. Archer attack. Pew pew. And why not keep up my streak of power attacking or sharpshooter?
Okay.
Womp womp.
That was so close to that being a 17, too.
It was.
Yeah.
It was. So that's a 5. And you know what?
Which makes it a 0.
That's with the the negative already taken off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I get a +7, so it's
Oh,
only
yeah,
a
I forgot you
+2.
could program that in.
Yep. So, with that having failed, I also have the old standby of should I action surge now?
Completely up to you.
This is the ultimate question.
Do you get that back on a short rest?
I get it back on a short rest, I believe. Let me double check. Yes, that's what I had. That's what I wrote down. Both ways, right?
Okay, although to be fair, if this is a whole encampment of ogres, I don't think we're going to get an hour break.
No, but it depends. Question: do you think you can handle that if I don't do it?
I mean, so far I've taken 3 actual damage. I think we're good.
Okay, then I'll just wait for the next one. And after that, I am going to. Don't think that's a bonus action, but let me double check. Yeah, that is not a bonus action, so that's the end of my turn.
Okay. So that'll bring us to Ogre 1, who will move up to the portcullis lifter. Turns the first one. The front set of portcullises raise. Ogre 2 will continue to attack Arc. Not sure why it's doing that. Either which way it misses.
Yay!
And Ogre 3 will likewise do the same to the second portcullis. So both of them are now raised.
Messed up something here.
That brings us back to Arc.
Look at this. My turn?
Yep. Oh,
Okay.
I know what it is. You've got blinded listed in your effects from earlier.
I'm trying to figure out how to make that go away.
That is a good question.
You're double blinded.
Maybe right click on it?
how far down is it from the wall onto this ogre's head?
To the bottom,
Like the way you think.
about 15 feet between the top of where you're standing and the ogre's head itself.
Like, I might
Let's
keep
do
a
it
D4
this way.
damage if I could land on him.
You got a ranged weapon. Oh, to land on him?
Yeah.
I'm glad we think alike.
All right. No longer blinded.
I can see, it's a miracle. All right, reckless attack on the guy. Not quite a critical, but it's a 25 to hit, so
That'll
definitely
do.
hits. Yes, it will. All right, and only 8 damage because my dice don't like me right now.
Okay. Still using the maul, right?
Yes, still using them all.
All right. You swing in, crack into one of its shoulders. Loud, resounding thump when you do so, but it doesn't seem to stagger it at all. Just sits there.
And then I'll roar, and then I'll roar at it. Like, there's going to be some volume to it, but I also don't want to make it clear to everyone that we're here.
Okay.
Because I still haven't heard the ogres raise an alarm. So, still sort of like a challenge.
Cool. Any bonus action? Any movement?
I'm getting the 4 temporary hit points at the beginning of my turns, and I'm exactly where I should be. So.
Alrighty. That'll bring us back to Kibble, who cannot fire his bow for anything today. It's 3 arrows off into the distance.
There's a whole lot of advantage and disadvantage going back and forth right now.
Mm-hmm. So, Ranmi.
What's the point in buying a magic bow if he can't hit anything?
Because we forgot
I
to
am
have
going
things to make out flying during the day.
use my radiant soul my once per day.
Okay.
It's usual
My eyes are
tactic.
now glowing. I have wings. And
Protector Asimar. Nice.
Oh, are you about to tackle him with Holy Fury?
I am going to jump on the ogre below me's head. Long sword down. What kind of negatives I got?
Nothing to it, because you're just making a movement. If you
Flying
fail the
up.
attack, you'll end up hitting the ground rather than it. We'll go with it that way.
Right? Let's do this.
Just technically a vertical charge attack.
All right, I rolled a 19.
That will hit.
Hell yeah.
Do this.
I was gonna say this is when you draw home.
I don't know. She's kind of doing the opposite of Draho today.
So, I do my level and extra radiant damage.
Mhm.
So I got my 8. 5, 6, 7, 11 points of damage to his nugget.
Very nice. You
can't even
come
count
in
that
with that downward link style attack, hits him, in fact forces him back a square in doing such. Does not look pleased. Has a bloody gash just kind of running down. Seems to be blinded in one eye now.
Yes.
All
And
right.
legitimately blinded.
Anything
Not-
else?
Nope, that's about. I might fly up a little bit.
Okay.
Back up to the top of the wall because that's the other 15 feet. I get 30 feet of movement. So, bam,
Sounds good.
suck it.
You just attacked him like a bird.
I did.
Just swooped down, pecked his eye, and flew back.
That'll bring us back to Draho.
All right. This guy's still engaging with my friend.
Why
So
not? You're a chorus and an ogre. God.
I'm going to sharpshoot him again. So might as well go for
That's a crit.
natural 20.
There you go.
So that's 2d8 plus 3. And it's only damage dice that are doubled, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought so. So I only get
Still.
10.
Still.
Yeah, not bad. Actually, no, I'm not going to waste an arcane shot on this guy.
Yeah, no, dude, save that for a bigger fight.
So that is 22 damage.
Damn, son.
Nice. That's to Ogre 2. All right. That arrow comes chunking in, takes out a portion of the neck, and just begins bleeding down.
Yeah.
All right. Any movement or bonus action?
I don't really have any bonus actions I can use. However, I like where I am, hiding behind a cart. So I'm going to continue cowering behind the cart for protection.
Okay. That'll bring us to the ogre turns. Ogre 1. Comes out
Retreat!
to Draho.
Retreat!
And swing and a miss. He comes at you with the club,
Barely.
but just kind of catches into the cart.
Gotta
Over
love
2.
that shape right now.
We'll go after Arc again. Bonus not with advantage this time, but does hit a 23.
Yeah, that'll do it.
For a total of 10. But we need to take off 6 from that.
So, and you have that, right?
Yep,
Okay. So I took 1 actual point of damage.
that's right. There we go.
I like heroism. I'm happy to be part of it.
Ogre 3 kind of moves back a little bit.
Oh.
Aims at Ranmi with a javelin.
Oh,
Hits with a 16. Not sure why it rolled that, but let's not use that one.
Get your shit together, dice.
So that's going to be 6. Plus the 4 is a total of 10, discluding the 14 that should not have been rolled the doubles. So 10. There we go. That ogre pulls that javelin off its bag, launches it directly at you, kind of hits you in the upper torso area, and then it deflects off of your armor. That'll bring us to Arc.
Okay. This guy looks almost done.
He's definitely not sitting pretty.
Okay.
Throw him on his friend.
See my position and theirs. I'm going to take my maul, switch up the hand holding, take a lefty swing at him,
Okay.
recklessly. That is going to be a modified 20 to hit.
That'll do.
And that is going to be a 14 damage.
Team. All right.
And I am trying to knock him over if he dies.
Still up. Takes that staggering swing. Is well below half, though. Seems to maintain his footing.
Of course he does.
It growls back in your direction, reissuing that challenge back at you.
And I growl back at him. We're communicating.
All right. See if Kibble can actually get some damage in. No, he cannot.
At this point, I'm about ready to tell him to just grab his sword and get at it. Because he's clearly not shooting for crap today.
That is true.
Kibble, stop trying to make him dance.
Ranmi.
yes. I'm going to, let's see, 5, 10, 15. He's about 20 feet away,
Yep.
so I can reach him. I'm going to stab him in the head again. I have wings.
That you do.
I'd like to use my racial ability, Red Bull.
Alright, so I hit. I'm guessing the 17 hits.
It does.
7, 11, 13.
All right. Looking a little bit beat up, not too worse for wear as of yet. Takes that hit, goes again further into that same laceration into the face as you come down into it. So a good chunk of its face has been like ripped off, and you can see the teeth just by the side of that portion of the face.
Just a quick point of order. Ranmi, did you make his concentration save for heroism?
I did not.
Okay. And do you have
I rolled a 17.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah. Okay. And that is very shiny.
Yeah. There you go.
There you go.
And then I assume you move back to the same position as before?
Yes.
Okay.
Still feeling
Or
very
as close as I can.
Oh, you functionally are only moving 3, so you're able to move back to 3 as well.
It's
Okay.
perfect.
That'll bring us to Draho.
All right. Well, I now have to make the hardest decision in Draho's life. Do I, with my expert fencing, engage an ogre in a one-on-one sword fight?
I believe in you.
Or do I attempt to run up that cart and jump on the wall again, risking an opportunity attack and getting the hell out of Dodge?
I mean, you'd be setting yourself in position to do more damage.
I would. That's what I'm thinking, because I'm not good. You know what? Time for Draho to be a hero.
Here's a weird idea. Shoot
Huh.
at when I'm fighting.
But I'm shooting from melee, so I'm still...
You're not,
Something count.
but the target you're attacking isn't in melee, so you wouldn't get disadvantage.
Correct.
Oh, I didn't know that. Then yeah, that's what I'll do.
Yeah, because if you could free me up, I can dive bomb hit the other one.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do, but I didn't think I could actually do that because of... So yeah, I'm going to shoot at that one and sort of hope this one doesn't hit me. Does a 6 hit?
It does not.
I didn't think it would.
Yeah.
But now seems like a really good time to action surge.
Okay.
Maybe
So
don't shoot this one.
Think I should just do a regular?
So I'm gonna say the random dice generator sucks on this. You should probably roll your own.
I can't find him. I lost him after I put him away for quarantine.
What?
I wasn't
Trying to
using
keep
them.
her argue.
To be fair, successfully quarantined his dice.
Yeah, I didn't want him to get the COVID.
Well, don't lick them.
Well, you don't know how I treat my dice. You got to make them want roll well for you.
I will tell you, like I tell everybody that comes into my store, as long as you don't lick things, you're fine.
Okay, I'm thinking, yeah, let's not sharpshoot it and make sure we actually hit the thing. Oh, I would have hit anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, so I'll
Damn
just do my D8 plus 3. Ooh, 9 damage.
All right. It is looking rather haggard.
Awesome. And then since moving away would get a bonus attack, or would get an attack anyways, I'm going to stand my ground and hope for the worst.
Okay.
Or the best. Prepare for the worst.
So that'll be the ogre going after you again. 16 shows as a hit. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's 16 is my AC.
All right. Total of 12 damage. So it comes
Ooh,
in
that
and
hurt.
clunks into you hard with its great club. Does not feel pleasant.
Yeah. Assuming it hit me in the ribs, which it probably did,
Sure.
I am going to let out a high-pitched wheeze that should be a scream, but I'm not manly enough to make it happen.
Ogre 2 will head after Arc once more. For some reason that wasn't portioned. It rolled a 15. I don't believe that hits.
16.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Ogre 3 will fire off its last javelin.
I love how Draho is wearing some very nice armor, and I'm wearing no armor.
Well, you're angry. That's the difference.
Well, no. That just means I take less damage when I
Damn it.
Ooh, that is called a critical.
Well, for some reason it rolled with advantage when it shouldn't have, and the original was a 1. So, it actually misses.
Yay!
Nice.
That javelin just goes flying wide, hits into the wall just below you.
That awkward moment when the random dice generator is weirdly half brave cleric.
All right, that brings us back to Arc.
Oh, all the way back to me. How almost dead does this thing look?
Pretty
'Cause
close.
I've killed a
Like,
few of them.
it is not looking pretty.
I'm gonna put them all away for a second. Pull out the hand axes.
Okay.
Why? Maul it off the bridge again.
So I can get 2 attacks.
Oh.
That is a 22 to hit.
Okay.
2, 8 damage.
Yeah, that is what you needed. The ogre drops. You bring that hand axe in, cleave into that portion of the neck, and its carotid artery just kind of flows out. Its
Then
eyes go
consider-
lifeless. It drops.
Okay, and then considering the portcullis is up,
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to move here, and then leap attack.
All right.
Do I need to do a athletics check for that?
Nope. If you hit, you'll have done it well enough. If you don't, then you take the falling damage.
22 to hit.
That'll do.
Okay, so I still have my range bonus, but not my strength bonus, because I did not with the fighting style. But that is still 5 damage.
All right. You bring that extra hand axe down in, chunks into the clavicle of the ogre from behind, and allows you to kind of hang on from the top.
All right, and I will let out a challenging noise at him.
Okay. That'll bring us back to Kibble, who sets his bow back on his shoulder, ducks around next to you, and takes 2 attacks with short swords.
Aha! He's imitating.
Yep. 1 decent hit, so that means...
He only needs 1 decent hit to be
Yep,
fair.
exactly. That is Ogre 1. All right. You see Kibble comes in, kind of misses as he's trying to run in with the first attack, but the second one jets into the Ogre's kidney. It rears back slightly, like, oh my gosh. And Kibble pulls back.
Did Kibble have to jump to reach his kidney? Like, it's up there.
Yeah,
Like,
it is. He just kind of... Yeah.
he springboarded off on my knee.
He's a hero.
All right. Ranmi.
I'm gonna do the same thing I've been doing.
Okay.
I love how we're letting you have this little grudge match over there.
Hacky tap.
I believe in you.
16,
16 will hit.
8, 12, 14.
Very nice.
I rolled max damage, by the way.
Very nice.
But I got.
You come over and you kind of shear into its chest, releases huge laceration. Looks like it's close to death.
All right, I'm gonna go back to where I came from
Okay.
because I also don't want to take a hit.
Okay.
Good
So, knowing where I stand in melee combat, but also knowing that I am, awesome. Let's set my bow back, bring the rapier back out, and give a stab.
So many weapon swaps today.
12.
12 does hit.
Yay! Let me add the.
Oh, I love easy to hit big brutish things.
That is 8 damage, piercing, non-magic.
Okay.
And then nothing because I already used my action surge. Never mind.
All right. So your rapier stabs into its upper thigh. It grabs onto the rapier as you pull it back out. You can see the blood coming off of its hand when you do so.
Ew! I'm gonna shake it at the ground.
With that, it is very displeased with you. Offhandedly, it takes its great club and makes another swing in your direction.
And it hits me. Oh!
No, it doesn't. You had ducked just in time, so it goes swinging wide over your head.
Ha!
You ducked by looking down at your rapier going, ew.
Pretty much my ew leaning down to shake it and whoosh right over my head.
Your hair flitters a little.
You see the other ogre pull out its great club, and it stands ready.
Oh, is it out of ammo?
Yep.
Is it like that last attack is going to turn into like this anime just thing? Anyway, I'm over here dealing with this one, I guess.
That'll bring us to Arc, and thanks for the follow. Give me Suntal.
That's me.
Ah.
I specifically made a Twitch account to tell whoever told me to use leverage to shut up.
Oh, well, that was Russell.
Oh yeah, Russell, shut up.
Okay, so with the axes, because having 2 attacks is nice. Reckless 1, natural 20.
Very nice.
That is 10 damage. Is it still up?
It is.
Okay. Reckless 2. That's 19 on the die.
Okay.
Okay. That's 3. 5 damage.
All right. He is likewise looking close to death. Draho, Russell says, no you, or I suppose in character, nay thee.
Becometh skilled, scrub.
All right. Anything else?
That is all. Did you just call me Ryan?
Huh?
Oh, okay.
I asked who Russell was.
Russell is our druid in the party.
Yeah. He's
There's also a
in
Kenku.
chat, not playing today.
If he can be on Twitch, he could be on here.
Uh,
I'm
All right.
saying-
he's supporting us in the background.
That's right. So that'll bring us to Kibble.
He's a Kenku that likes to mock me with my own failed stings.
I mean,
Who
to be
gets
fair,
both hits
good boy.
for max damage.
Good boy.
He comes in and it just looks like a flurry of blows, sticking those short swords into the back. Much like last time, you see that ogre kind of shriek for a moment and then start to fall backwards. This time, though, Kibble, being used to that, ducks out of the way.
He used leverage.
He did.
I taught him that.
Now that he's killed 2 different types of giants, I do believe Kibble has earned the title of Giant Fame.
Yeah, possibly.
You think so? I feel like you need more.
I mean, you have a bard in the party. We can sing any song you want for a price.
Speaking of Bard in the party, Ranmi, it's your go.
I will say, however, he did not fuck the bear.
Alright, so I hit. Oh, I lost my dice. Hold on, I gotta find it.
You don't have that problem when you're using digital ones. They're always right there.
Yeah, you just have other problems.
Hey, my dice don't roll any better than these.
10 will not hit.
No, I hit. I rolled this 15,
Okay, that will hit.
but 10 was damaged.
10 is good. So, okay, all right. And as you
Skip
come in,
steps, it confuses
its held
me.
action goes off. It swings out, clocks you with its club.
Oh, okay.
Called it.
Only took 4 hits till it realized it could do that.
And does 11 damage.
To be fair, it was trying to use its range to its advantage as best it could.
All
Instant
right.
death. What?
We don't have Ranmi's HP put in there, so it's
Oh,
listed as 0.
I was just about to ask, did we just lose the new player at the beginning?
So inspirational for one day.
It really means I would change my name.
All
On me
right.
too.
That'll bring us back to Draho.
Okay, you proved your point about us not coming home. No.
All right, back to me. Well, feeling more confident. I'm going to. Well, yeah, right. Yeah, good job, Steve. Move the whole map. 5. I assume the door's open so I can see him.
Yep, it sure is.
Awesome. I'm going to steal a kill. And for
Arc, you this is an
dramatic.
opportunity to attack the Stop Draho.
And I'm going to sharpshoot it to make sure I do good damage.
Okay.
Because I'm trusting the dice. Yes.
Good
14
plan.
hits, right?
Yep.
Draho comes in with the chair. No,
You know what? I can actually just put 13 instead of 3, and it'll roll that with. That makes sense. So 18 damage.
There you go. So your bolt goes direct into its eye, in the same side of the face that the flesh had been ripped off.
So it's super blind.
Yep. The other eye looks in towards that bolt, looks back out at you, and then it falls backwards dead.
Yes.
I love when giant creatures die because you get to let it take a while for them to realize they're dead.
Yep.
Not smart.
Ranmi, how you doing up there?
I'm going to fly down and stab it again for good measure.
This is, of course, the first time I actually see her wings. And I'm like,
Yes.
whoa,
Also, glowy eyes.
pretty.
I am going to.
And you've got those for like another, 50 seconds? Like something like that?
It lasts a minute total, so we're in what round?
So we get to see about half of it before
Yeah.
these.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna notice it and immediately be like, huh. Turn to Arc and go, do peasants fly now?
I mean, I've never seen that happen before, but I think it's cool. So, also just a point of interest, those javelins, are they ogre-sized or regular sized just being thrown by ogres?
Ogre-sized.
Okay. So, for me, that would
Yeah.
be like a spear.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. I'll leave them.
All right. Now we are brushing up against the 9:30 time frame, so the real question is, do you guys want to stop here, wait till next week when you have more party members before you assault
Yeah.
the remainder of the ogre fort?
Yeah, I think we should break off now and finish it when we get more party members.
Next week.
When the storm is no longer taking out our party.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
But the weather's cleared, so that's
Next week,
nice.
the rest of the party, they're about time you showed up.
Yeah.
I will say we loot the corpses.
We can get that when the next.
But I want it now.
Yeah, I'm sure there's nothing valuable on a bunch of hill junk or trolls.
Well, I will say this. One thing, while I'm thinking about it, just so we can save it for next week, I will cut off their heads and put them on the javelins as pikes.
Okay.
Because
Right outside the wall.
I mean, two outside the wall, two inside the wall. So if anyone comes up, they know something's up and to be afraid.
Yeah, because the dead kobolds and the destroyed cart isn't enough of a warning that shit's gone wrong.
Well, it's a warning to the other ogres.
That they should come in on their guard.
I want them to be afraid, very afraid.
Okay, I'm gonna agree with it. Draho isn't gonna question that because he's too busy trying to comprehend what type of peasant can fly.
We can also check what was in the cart. Well, you said it was like textiles, so
Yep.
for later.
Oh
So-
yeah, we're gonna take those. So I know that they can turn hairy, they can get larger when they're angry, and they can fly. These are
And
things I
have
know.
glowy eyes.
These are things I know peasantry does.
Golden glowing eyes.
Yeah, that too. I'm gonna have to look into peasants.
Cool.
So you're correct. There's nothing on the bodies of the ogres. However, the kobolds themselves do contain 8 copper, 13 silver, 6 electrum, and oddly 12 platinum. The cart
Really?
is filled with about 15 bolts of various different textiles.
Okay, we can save that for later.
Yep.
Yeah, we're gonna take those bolts of textiles. I got uses for them. Draho's seeing money signs rolling through his eyes.
None of them are your colors.
He seems pretty
They
honest.
don't have to be my colors. I need to keep a variety for the fans.
He's supplying his business partner.
I plan on turning our insignia for Arachnophobia into a t-shirt line to sell during our fights.
I mean, people don't like spiders. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
That's why we're Arachnophobia. We turn their fears against them. Also, when we first came in here, I had made Kibble, and he's currently wearing it. I forgot to mention that. He's wearing a suit of armor, custom made, out of Fade spiders.
That's kind of where we took the name from.
So
I just want you to know that might be the douchiest logo I've ever heard in my life.
To be fair, that's how the crowd reacted to it too.
Yeah.
that's how everyone should react to it.
And
There's
with
one
that,
thing Draho
we'll go
can't
ahead
be
and end
accused of, it's
tonight's
having
stream.
hates.
Okay.
For those viewing, don't forget to make sure you follow for the PHP giveaway. When we hit 50 followers, we'll be giving away a free PHP. Night, everybody. See you later.
Bye, audience.